naked and afraid that all the doors are closed and I'll end up alone. I only call you when I'm faded. I'm sort of ashamed that I let you pull me close just to let you go. I only want you when I'm wasted, naked and afraid that all the doors are closed and I'll end up alone. I only call you when I'm faded. I'm sort of ashamed that I let you pull me close just to let you go. This ain't fair to no one. We know this isn't love. I hate that I'm a person that could mess with someone's trust. Ooh, no. I hate that I'm a person that could mess with someone's trust. I only want you when I'm wasted, naked and afraid that all the doors are closed and I'll end up alone. I only call you when I'm faded. I'm sort of ashamed that I let you pull me close just to let you go. I only want you when I'm wasted.
I can only imagine how it is to be with you. From the first day I saw your face, I knew this love was true. But you already taken, nothing I can do. So I can only imagine how it is to be with you. I can only imagine us both loving through the night. I can only imagine us together side by side. I can only imagine we're dancing in the moonlight. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. To know if you will be my favorite song, my little melody. If we could be a symphony, then we would be a perfect harmony. I don't want to live this way. I really wish we never knew. Out of sight and out of mind, I don't want to be with you. But the next time I saw your face, nothing I can do. I just have to face the truth. All I want is to be with you. I can only imagine us both loving through the night. I can only imagine us together side by side. I can only imagine we're dancing in the moonlight. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. A symphony, then we would be.
When I'm up through the night, I can't turn down the noise, tear all the worries out of my mind. About who I'm supposed to be, I start to believe I can't get it right. Remember the days I let slip away, they were simpler times. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember remember from me? Child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are. Don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars. You'll be dancing, dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. Dancing on the moon. Dancing on the moon. Maybe my compass was wrong, and I'm still on my way closer each day to where I belong. I'm still rolling the dice, praying sometimes it don't last that long. I'm losing my faith, I'm walking away from what you knew all along. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are. Don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars. You'll be dancing, dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. Dancing on the moon. Child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are. Don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars. You'll be dancing, dancing on the moon.
There, I'm going again. The moment you cross my path, visions of what we could be start echoing in my head. Thinking and obsessing about some shit that hasn't happened. Look at what you made me do. Should've learned my lesson. This ain't the first time I fell in love with someone I barely knew. I keep hoping we could fall into the light. Imagine where we go if we kiss our fears goodbye. Keep hoping we could risk it all on us. Forget about our worries when we feel each other's touch. Keep hoping we. I keep hoping we. I keep hoping, keep hoping. I keep hoping and hoping and hoping. I keep hoping, keep hoping. I keep hoping and hoping and hoping. Here, daydreaming of nights, getting high off your every breath. Moments we've yet to share. Yeah, my heart beats down my chest. Thinking and obsessing about some shit that hasn't happened. Look at what you made me do. Look at what you made me. Should've learned my lesson. This ain't the first time I fell in love with someone I barely hoping, keep hoping, keep hoping and hoping and hoping.
Waste another day, eyes on my display. You say we need a change, and I feel that you mean it. You mean it. But you're so right, we're losing track of time, buying things online, and it's not like we need them. We don't need them. So can we just slow down? The only thing I'll do is lay here next to you. We need to slow down. Embrace the love we found. For you and I are safe and sound. And we just slow down. For you and I are safe and sound. We were on the run, rocking around the clock. Now all we need is right here in front of us. In front of us. So can we just slow down? The only thing I'll do is lay here next to you. We need to slow down. Embrace the love we found. For you and I are safe and sound. Can we just slow down? And we just slow waste another day. I don't know to say. You say we need a change, I feel that you mean it. But you're so right, we're losing track of time, buying things online, it's not like we need them. Safe and sound. So I heard you found somebody else, and at first I thought it was a lie. You hurt me, you did, several times. It hurts to admit that we're no different. I find it hard to commit, but you don't even try. Still I'm better with than without you. Oh, I'm on it, I want it, but why do you seem to call in your eyes? I can't tell if you're here or you're out there. Do you wanna be out there? You don't need to be Prince Charming to me. I just need this to be real. I don't need no fairy tale. You don't need a kill a dragon for me. Ooh, I don't need no fairy tale. Still, every time, whatever it is, I keep on trying. 'Cause it ain't hard to forgive when you know what it's like. That's why I'm better with than without you. Oh, I'm on it, I want it, but why do you seem to call in your eyes? I can't tell if you're here or you're out there. Do you wanna be out there? You don't need to be Prince Charming to me. I just need this to be real. I don't need no fairy tale. You don't need a kill a dragon for me. Ooh, I don't need no fairy tale. You don't need to be Prince Charming to me. I just need this to be real. I don't need no fairy tale. You don't need a kill a dragon for me. Ooh, I don't need no fairy tale. I don't need no. I feel so good right now because you are around. I beg you, hold me down. It seems I lost the ground. You started my countdown. I scream your name so loud. I know you like how it sounds. I'm breathless, I have drowned. Hold me down, extinguish all my flame. Hold me down, control my passion. Hold me down, I'll never be the same. Hold me down, make me feel special. Your eyes are locked with mine, the time is slow. I'm melting in your hands like tender snow. Your vibes knock me down and then I fall. I love the way you make me lose control. I feel so good right now. My mind is shutting down. I'm sensitive like a wound because you are around. I beg you, hold me down. I feel so light like a cloud. I know you are the one that I look for and found. Hold me down, I wanna breathe your air. Hold me
Looking back, all the things I miss the most, it all comes into focus. You're not around. Ooh, when you're gone, it's like everywhere I look reminds me I can't shake these memories. Yeah. I swear summer got a bit shorter when time flies looking over my shoulder. I fall for you when it gets colder. Oh, part of me won't believe it's over. Trust me, oh, I'm not the only. I've never been lonely than with someone else. Trust me, oh, I'm not the only. I've never been lonely than with someone else. How I thought that I'd grow old with you, but it got old so quick, and that's the truth. Oh, I can't help but ask myself what if. Different story, different twist, yeah, we'd make it through. I swear summer got a bit shorter when time flies looking over my shoulder. I fall for you when it gets colder. Oh, part of me won't believe it's over. Trust me, oh, I'm not the only. I've never been lonely than with someone else. Trust me, oh, I'm not the only. I've never been lonely than with someone else. Lonely, I'd rather be alone. I'm nothing like the old. I'd rather be lonely, lonely, yeah.
I got trapped in your eyes the moment you looked at me. From across the room, those eyes kept following me. Something popped in my brain. Now, baby, only you I see. Feels like I'm going insane, and only you can save me. Feels like I'm drowning in ocean's blue. Baby, come on, baby, baby, come on, let's go. I'm losing control over lights in this space. Keep jumping around, all I see is your face. But you're moving closer, no time to escape. Your hand on my shoulder shoots me into space, and I can't deny how badly I need you now. 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 You take away my breath now, boy. Don't you dare steal my heart now, boy. I know you're something that I'll enjoy. Move a little bit closer now, to some place where there ain't no crowds. I wanna get to know you right here and now. I got trapped in your touch the moment you took my hand. Led me all the way to the ocean sand. You told me don't worry as the moonlight gled. I pulled you in close, so whispered I'm not scared. I'm losing control, the lights in this place. Keep jumping around, all I see is your face. But you're moving closer, no time to escape. Your hand on my shoulder shoots me into space, and I
Truth be told, you've been on my mind. I know you're no good, but that's exactly what I like. Truth be told, I don't wanna fight, but fire looks so pretty in the night. I don't wanna do this, I don't wanna prove it's worth another day. Beg for you to stay. You know how I do this, you know how we lose it. Crashing through the waves, love the aftertaste. Insanity is where you bring me. I swear you spin me round, round, round. It's agony, then it's heavenly, and we know how it turns out. Insanity. Even though I'm digging in the dirt, I always find the memories that make up for the hurt. And even though loving you's a lot, can't help but give it everything I got. So I'll take your red, I'll take your blue. And maybe I'm crazy for loving you, but I want you good, and I want you bad. 'Cause I love it when you drive me mad. Insanity is where you bring me. I swear you spin me round, round. I can feel you in my heart, you in my arms. I can feel you in my heart, you in my
Pentakill? Is that a penta?
I would put
I just got a send a pentakill.
It's agony, then it's heavenly, and we know how it turns out. Insanity.
And welcome back to Duo Esports. It is me, Boslo. This is going to be game 1 of the semi-finals of Oblivion Esports Gold versus Have Fait, and I will be your color cast today. And joining me is going to be the delightful man soaring above the clouds himself, Celestial Falcon. How you doing today?
Nothing better than being high in the bright night sky. I am doing very well today. How about you?
I am living the dream. I got me a drink. I'm very excited for this best of 3. I predicted Have Faith to win. I've heard some good things about Oblivion Esports Gold coming into this game, so I'm pretty sure my pick'em might be up in the air. We'll see what happens. However, there was a pro draft, so we're gonna start seeing everything start rolling in as it is. We got Tristana banned, Rumble banned, Nocturne banned from blue side, Echo banned, Evelyn banned, and Diana banned from the red side, it is going to be a Malphite versus Gangplank top lane.
And in the jungle, looks like we're gonna get Lee Sin and Viego.
Yes, it is going to be a fun time there. If anybody saw that little clip that I just played, Diego got a pentakill in that last one, so we'll see how that goes this game. Maybe he'll get it again, who knows. But it's going to be a Seraphine versus Azir in the mid lane, which is pretty interesting. The E-Girl support started to come back into, or E-Girl support mid started to kind of come back into the meta recently. It's kind of a thing, just because the more gank-heavy junglers can be easily facilitated by things like this. You can really get that bonus from, say, a Seraphine.
Yep, and we're proceeding with the second round of bans right here. We got the Urgot and Leona banned out, followed by the Volibear. And to round out the final ban, it looks like we are going to get... I was hoping you'd have it picked by now. It's Silas.
Yeah, and there it is going to be. Lots of things, and we're going to have Caitlyn versus Jinx, Alistar, and I believe it's into a Braum. We'll see in just a second. And then it's going to be a good, fun time as we start getting into these games. And I don't know about you, Falcon. Braum's been kind of seeing some more play recently, and I'm all about it.
I am definitely all about it. I do love me some Braum. I've been meaning to play some more of them. And this is just putting a smile on my face.
Yeah, I love Braum. I think he's one of those champions that is so easily played, and he's really good at denying these engage forward picks. Like, say, Alistar, Malphite. He does go in, there's going to be a Braum shield and something that they're going to have to react and respond to. So, I really like that pick in general. Both these compositions are pretty interesting to me. We don't see much Viego here. I'm kind of worried that blue side needs to scale. Just because they do have Seraphine Jinx, but I don't know how well a Seraphine will perform with the likes of an Azir, who, with just the range in general. And Jinx Alistar, it's not a winning lane versus Caitlyn Braum. And Malphite versus Gangplank, Gangplank is just going to be able to get lots of grass procs in this matchup. So it's pretty much going to be entirely on Viego, who's against one of the most aggressive early game junglers in the league, Lee Sin. So I'm kind of a little interested in what Oblivion Esports Gold's composition and goal is here. And I want to see if they can get to the point where they will be strong against Have Faith's composition, which, I'm not going to lie to you, Caitlyn Lee Sin early game is pretty devastating to deal with.
Oh, it's very, very dangerous. Lee Sin jumping into the bag, Caitlyn staying afar, and Braum keeping his ADC safe all day, every day. Should be pretty simple in the bot lane. If Braum can keep a pace with blocking those shots and locking those stuns, dealing with the follow-up should be pretty neat. Alistar going in on a Braum is not... It's not going to be too great, especially once he gets in for the knockup. Caitlyn probably going to put a trap down, keep that in place long enough for some kind of combo to come off there. So I'm kind of having leaned towards Have Faith in this scenario.
I'm going to have to agree with you here. I think that their draft is a little bit better, personally. We'll see how it plays. I mean, Lee Sin, Azir, not the easiest champions to play. Same thing with Gangplank. So maybe they were not going to be able to execute it well, but so far... I'm still leaning towards a Have Faith composition going into this game. However, we did have the hype video for Oblivion Esports Gold, so maybe we'll have a decent idea on how well they're going to play as the game goes on. Maybe they know a little bit more than we do about it, but I do think that there's some scaling that's going to be required, and I really want to see how Alistar is going to be played by Peloria and how well he's going to probably have to roam around, especially with the likes of this Viego.
Yeah, and I'm told that the players we're going to want to keep our eyes on Oblivion Esports, we're going to have our eyes on No Excuse. It has been insane. And on the side of Have Faith, EBS Collateral. Lots of great potential coming out of there as he's been popping some really good damage and keeping things very spicy in the games. I can't wait to see how they're going to go head-to-head if Viego ever comes to the bot lane or it gets into the late game and things are going to explode.
Yeah, you always like to see them reset champions, get them resets, but I think that this is going to be, as you mentioned, DBS Collateral seems to be doing very well in the AD carry role since his switch, and putting all your eggs into the JS Chaotic No Excuse basket is going to be pretty interesting. I imagine No Excuse in these team fights should have a decent time. They don't have the easiest amount of peel to really deal with the Viego. You have Azir Ultimate, Braum Shield, Braum Ultimate, Braum Q is like pretty decent disengaged, and you have Lee Sin Kick. But if you are focusing too hard on getting onto the Viego, you do have to be careful of the Malphite and the Jinx and Seraphine just being able to shred you down. So these are going to be big things. It's really going to be how well the lanes can be played. So that's something that we're really going to have to see.
Yeah, Malphite's going to go for those clustered ults. Seraphine's going to go for those as well. Keep him locked down so Malphite can get his own CC off. So Braum's going to need to do his best to block that Seraphine off, and if Malphite tries to go in, make sure that the rest of his team cannot follow up with a knockup of his own. Now that we're finished loading, we're going right into the loading screen to see what we got for summers and runes.
One of my favorite little things. I always kind of like check out, see what the players are doing, see what the plan is, and honestly, that's kind of what I figured. Nothing really crazy that I was expecting. Honestly, I kind of expected Jinx to go conquer this game. I think Lethal Tempo is also fine, and Caitlyn going for Lethal Tempo, not press the attack, it's also fine. I'm very excited to see how well they're going to play it, but it is going to be, whew! Rich Pritch over there has 500,000 mastery points on Lee Sin. I like that. We'll see how this goes. I'm very excited about that now. But that in mind, nothing really out of the ordinary for me. Got 2 ignites in the bot lane, no exhaust. Everybody's gonna go full damage, and that's what we like to see here at Duo Esports.
Yep, nothing too crazy looking to be going on.
And I imagine that there's not going to be much of a level 1 here. They do have Alistar on one side, and on the other side you got Braum. Both very good level 1 champions. However, Braum doesn't want to invade into you. He wants people to invade into him. So
Yeah, especially when the other team has a Alistar, he's just going to knock or either push you away or knock you up. Either way, you're not really going to be able to find probably too much opportunity with an invade on the side of Have Faith, but it looks like they're starting to clump up here.
It looks like also on the top side, they're also going to have 2 separate invades.
Yeah, Jinx putting a ward down to keep track of a possible invade is actually a really good call here, as they will be spotted out once they round the corner.
Yeah, it is going to be a trade of information at that. Well, not a trade. It's pretty much just going to be everybody knowing that's just going to be them. So, now what is going to happen?
Yeah, they don't know that Oblivion Esports Gold is at their red buff, but they're starting to make their way up there, assuming that it's possible. I think they just they spotted the Viego, so now they're on the way out, and the wards have been placed on both sides. So now both teams will have visuals of what's going on.
Yeah, the only way, they did have some good vision on the bot side, but this is just going to mean that they know where Viego's starting, and no matter what, they are going to know where Rich Bridge is, because they do see him on that ward as well. So it's going to be top side mirroring, heading towards the bot side. So it's just going to be all that noise. Everybody's in vision, everybody knows where everybody is. So. I like that. Faking.
Nothing too fancy in the mid lane.
Oh, bot lane. They invaded on both sides. Both people know where everybody started. You don't need to fake a leash. Classic.
Yeah, at this point, you're just giving up farm.
Yeah,
giving up pressure, and they're gonna try to make their way to level 2 first. Upside, Malphite's trying to keep pace. So far, so good all across the board. And Malphite will get a bit of harass, but be traded right back. They're even being pushed off by soldiers.
Yeah, it's just pretty much how this matchup is going to go top lane. I am Scruff, very happy to walk in a melee range and trade you that true damage proc, and always wants to be getting his grasp proc from his parlay anyways. So, very interesting in that regard. This is going to be pretty much exactly how the matchup is.
This from the Seraphine is going to cost her a little bit of pressure. Is going to lose to half health. Viego now on the rotation. We'll be able to sneak right past the ward there in the Raptors pit. He's going to start hitting the red buff. Meanwhile, Lee Sin is currently on his Gromp. And then he's going to rotate up probably to the Wolves. Isn't probably going to have much effect at the moment unless he decides to go down to the Scuttle.
Yeah, Isolde is not really liking this top lane, and that's pretty much to be expected. Range versus melee. Did opt for the Breath of Potion to have a little bit more sustain in the matchup. But, so, it's not going too well, just because, you know, range versus melee. The only thing you can do is try to trade Q poke, but even then, oranges are cool. Also, he's got the mana that he's going to have from his own Breath Potion. Anyways, so, very annoying there, and both junglers off up towards the other side means that there's going to be no real help for the Malphite either, as well as Gangplank's going to be happy to just get his free grass procs.
Yep, and Braum roams up into the river to place down a ward to make sure that Viego is nowhere nearby, and so Lee Sin's going to go for the scuttle right away. But Viego is still down here in case Lee Sin finishes up and wants to try to make something happen.
Man, this top lane is not looking happy for us, old mate.
He's stuck under tower.
Yeah,
He's still taking the brunt of everything.
it's not very good. He is getting the CS, and that's really what's important to him at this point. He's not dying, and he's getting CS. So he isn't giving up any kills, he's just losing out on HP, and he's still getting CS. Now, this is going to be the part where it's going to be a little bit more terrifying for him, but it is going to be a double scuttle from Rich Pritch after conceding 2 of his topside camps to go for the full clear bot side, while Viego went for an entire full clear and is going to try and fight at the scuttle, but he's probably going to be a little bit late on that.
Yep, Smite does come through just to be safe, and Lee Sin will pick it up. Gangplank backed while he had Malphite under tower, so they couldn't try for anything. Also, he was under tower, so not really something you want to try at 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. At this point, Lee Sin's going to be able to finish out his top side clear. Probably going to back in and look back towards the bot lane as the dragon's spawning. So that should be pretty interesting to see what they're going to be doing with this plan. Now, Sheen is ready for the Gangplank, so it's going to be a little bit more pain for Malphite as he had no mana and no real way to push it. If Gangplank so chooses, he could probably freeze it right here. And Malphite is doomed.
Yep, clear has been finished, so Malphite will finally be able to run back. Lots of Gangplank might lose a couple if he's not careful under tower, but he does have it frozen at the moment.
Misery for the Malphite coming in very, very short. He is going to get his Bramble Vest, so that's not bad.
The start.
Yeah, it's going to get him there. There's not really too much action coming across. It's just a big CS lead pretty much everywhere, except for top lane. Top lane just even in CS, but that means Gangplank's ahead, because Gangplank gets free gold for queuing a minion. So, at this point,
The ward is going to spot out Viego as Alistar helps him clear it out on the bot side, so they do have a bit of knowledge of where he currently is. That will soon fade if nothing is made happen. And we have Faith currently pushing in. It is being frozen right now. So nothing.
I hate this from Lee Sin, but keep going.
Lee Sin making some pathing right now, but Seraphine returning to lane after escorting Viego for a little bit to see what's what there.
Yeah, Lee Sin could have easily gotten a back off in between the top side and the bottom side camps, knowing that the top side scuttle was going to be the last one taken, means the bottom side scuttle is going to spawn, next one that's going to be up. So in that point, he does want to back. After that, he wants to go to his bot side from there, and then he'll be able to get the bot side camps and be able to contest scuttle. He will also have an item advantage because he had it later back and was able to get more camps. So, a little bit of a misplay that I don't like. It is going to mean that he's like, now what the hell do I do on the map? As he just going to walk around to his buffs and meander about because now he's inefficiently set. So, a little bit of a nuanced thing that I noticed, but other than that, though, he's just going to putz around.
Oblivion Esports Gold still seems to have the bot lane sufficiently stalled, as they're currently maintaining that XP lead against their opponents. CS's lead is still on the side of Have Faith in the bot side, but now looks like Lee Sin is going to clear out the scuttle and might be trying to make a play for the dragon real soon.
At this point, I'm sure that you know that if you're Lee Sin here, and you did end up going round, you did get shown in the mid lane, there's no reason for you not to go to dragon at this point. You don't know that you started topside, you know that Viego started topside, you know that he's going to be doing his blue buffs. At this point in time, that dragon is almost free, especially with the lane frozen from the bot lane. So, a little bit of another thing that I'm noticing. But other than that, though.
Yeah, instead Caitlyn backs, and they decide to call it off, and now he's rotating up top to see if he can make anything happen there while he clears it out. And Viego's going to roam into the river, and he's already pinging topside, looking to see if they can finally put a dent into this game and put someone on the board. Oh, the cloak goes on the wrong wall. He is going to be seen once he jumps in. Gameplay's going to flash away. Lots of damage from the Malphite is going to ensure that he's just ripe enough for a nice Viego kill. 1-0.
Yeah, very well played there from the likes of the Malphite. Malphite understanding that all he's got to do is save enough mana for his REQ combo. Gets it completely off. Does force Iron Struck to flashes. He's completely ill prepared for that damage. And Viego's just right there. Doesn't even use his E. Doesn't even give that he's going to be coming. Gonna be perfectly executed. Does flash to guarantee it, but guess what? That's first blood, baby.
Finally, some blood has been set into the water. And now everyone can start smelling it, and hopefully we might get some more kills later on really soon. However, Azir jumps in, completely misses the ult, so nothing's going to be found there as Lee Sin is walking past hoping to finally get some action. But no sirree, not yet.
Kaneki and Richbridge being like, I can do that too with my ultimate, and as it turns out, no they can't. Azir a little bit more difficult in that regard. Ult up, even saving his flash, but has a lot of extra movement speed in their kit because Seraphine is fun. And PBS collateral cues the minion, so Braum can't have it. Classic.
Surprisingly, Have Faith, Lee Sin's passed by the bush right by the dragon pit like 3 times, and the control ward is still sitting there. He's been spotted out quite a few times, which I'm probably not really liking that no one's at least checked that bush.
A little bit of errors there. Now, Diego's in a great spot. As mentioned, we really do need a little bit of scaling. It is kind of inside of the Diego basket anyways. And guess what? He's now up in CS just through more efficient pathing and being a little bit faster than the champion. And honestly, even getting a fantastic gank off.
And Diego's going to see the kick from Lee Sin. He's going to decide to step back because he does not know what the Have Faith bot lane was doing at the time. They were roaming up for a second there. And everybody's just going to fall back, and he's going to give up that scuttle once again and make his way back to pathing.
Yeah, just the farm game everywhere, and as I mentioned before in draft, the farm game is pretty good for the side of blue team, as I mentioned, just because Diego Jinx scaling. Caitlyn does scale pretty well, Azir scales immensely well, Gangplank also scales immensely well, but Lee Sin is on a timer in the jungle, so that's something to paying attention to.
Yep, and Lee Sin is finally starting up this dragon. 2 wards will spot him out. Now, Oblivion Esports Gold has to make a decision.
Just trade the Herald for the dragon. It's okay to give up that dragon. It is a mountain dragon, and honestly, the only person that really benefits from mountain dragon is going to be Braum, Alistar, and Malphite this game, so.
Lee Sin, Jinx tries to send a rocket up there, but nothing is going to come of it as Lee Sin will ensure that they secure that. Azir comes down just to be safe, and Braum rotates around himself. But now they seem to be roaming up, and Seraphine looks to be in the crosshairs of Have Faith. Going to clear the wave, and he's going to decide what to do now because he does not know where everybody is. I'll start a bit alone, but it's going to dodge the Q. Going to be just fine.
It's going to be just an easy gank there on the top side.
Yep, easy solo kill right there. I think they're looking to drop the Herald.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of gold now over to this Malphite. And honestly, Malphite getting big at this point becomes very, very hard for this Gangplank to deal with. Eventually Gangplank's going to have to match him, and I've played this matchup a couple of times, and I can tell you, Malphite with a little bit of lead is very happy to just punch the Gangplank in the face. However, this early tower taking, I don't like, because Diego's best place to gank was probably here in the top lane, and now it becomes incredibly hard to go to these ganks. If Gangplank wants to freeze and still be relevant to a team fight just by hitting R, he's never going to match a team fight presence of a Malphite anyways. His biggest factor that he's going to be needing is that he wants to scale and just R from across the way. So I actually don't like the opt to take the tower this early on. It is only going to be kind of beneficial for Gangplank at this point, because now he's not going to be under fire anymore. And if Malphite tries to extend, it's going to be pretty dangerous for him. So, little interesting thing.
Yeah, so I'm guessing what their plan is right now is that they're gonna have Malphite, or he's either gonna shadow Malphite for a little bit, while claiming little objectives where he can, or Malphite's gonna take a little bit and then he's gonna go try to see what he can make happen on the rest of the map with a TP, or maybe just roam through the river and roam with Vega for a little bit. But for now, it looks like Azir has roamed bot side, looking to make something happen of his own, and Lee Sin is around. Jinx steps too far up, and from the Azir will knock her over. She has to flash away, and now Alistar is in between everyone, has to flash away as well. 2 flashes gone. They will get out, but they used a lot to get out. However, Have Faith used a lot to get in as well with 3 ults, but no summoners.
Yeah, and you know what? Second burst, same as the first. Now, it is good. Oh, there it is.
Still here. TP finally coming in from the Malphite. However, the ADC is already dead. Malphite's going to have to try to get in there. He's going to only get one, but not the important ones just yet. Keelan is trying to run away, but the big man in the rock armor is on his way down. He flashes in to try to secure a kill, but it's not enough, and the TP is coming in from Have Faith, and Malphite is not going to be able to find anything. Alistar jumping in, not sure what you're going to do there, son, and Malphite is stuck under tower. It's just going to be everybody falling on the side of Have Faith. Another TP coming in as well to ensure that the rest that are already low can get out, but Viego's in the back. He's going to ult in, secure the Braum, and now he's going to see what he can do as he gets another kill. It's going to jump right back. He's got the Caitlyn, but now he's looking for the Azir for himself. Smack him around. He's got a triple kill. Does not even want it. He wants the quadra kill. He wants the gangplank. And Lee Sin is running for the hills. 4 kills to follow up on that 5 from Have Faith. And Oblivion Esports Gold is really enjoying that.
Yeah, as I got to see right before this game, you know what, Viego, the game is in the Viego basket. He's 6-0 at this point in time. He is very happy to play the champion Viego, not thinking that he's going to ever get it at all. Does get it, and guess what? All these low health parts from this little bit of a dive that happened from the side of Have Fait, is this going to mean that Viego comes in just rubbing his hands together, and he's like, ooh, baby, more money for me. He's going to have to back, and Dragon is going to be on the table in about 45 seconds. But early warning from Oblivion Esports Gold will mean that they can maintain the pressure over the area.
No excuse is not looking to make any excuses of his own this game. We said he was the favorite to look at, and he is sure making it known.
Yep.
6-0 right now. He is the whole team's kills and none of the team's deaths right now. He is looking to carry this game hard.
Yeah, he's having a good time right now. If you're Viego right here, he's already level 11. He is so ahead against Rich Pritch, and he's just gonna be an absolute menace in these team fights. And they don't really have an easy way to stop the Viego. Something to be very careful about. His R does let him gap close and jump over walls as well, so it's going to be pretty interesting from there. It's going to be a startup from the Dragon for this side of the
Speaking of not being able to stop them, they're not going to stop from taking that Dragon either. It looks like the Cloud Soul is going to be the soul to get this game.
Yeah, and CDR on your ultimate, say it ain't so. There's a Malphite in this game. It's also a gangplank, so both teams actually pretty much really like this Cloud Soul. I mean, Seraphine, you got Malphite, Viego ultimate, he gets a reset, he doesn't really care. Jinx ultimate, who cares? Alistar ultimate, that's kind of a bonus. Braum ultimate, nice. Caitlyn ultimate,
ooh, a nice jump, dash to the ward, and a flick of the wrist will send Seraphine back towards the Have Faith tower. EP will lock down his ultimate to ensure that she is slowed enough for Lee Sin to secure himself a kill in the mid lane.
That was very well played. That was an awesome kick there from Rich Pritch to just serve it right to Kaneki. The charm, not enough to keep El Topo alive. Is just going to be kicked right in the mouth and is going to be able to get that return Sonic Wave with a Resonating Strike to just murder her. Good stuff.
A very nice combo, very good coordination from that to ensure Seraphine does not make it out alive. And with that, we're going to reset here. The Malphite still trying to push the top side. Is a bit far up, but luckily he's feeling pretty sure about himself at the moment. This Gangplank seems to be a bit behind and also doesn't have his ulti anymore at the moment as well.
This is actually my first time seeing that. This is my first time seeing that Viego skin, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I really like it. I like it a lot. Now, it's going to be pretty interesting. At this point, I don't think Viego really needs to take blue buffs except to maintain his minion lead against Rich Pritch. So, very interesting how it's going to be able to be handled. But it's going to be a second Rift Herald.
Just going to pick up that blue buff real quick. And everybody's already here for the blue buff. A mid lane and bot lane of Oblivion Esports Gold is going to switch it up right now. They're going to push separately, and now Have Faith is going to have to decide what they want to do because no one's currently there watching the bottom towers. The wave pushes in. Someone's gonna lock off the mid lane.
Yeah, I was about to say, nobody really has the... Azir opted for Berserker Greaves. I mean, it's okay, I just... Whatever. We're gonna talk about it in a moment. But...
Interesting. Alright.
Does want to catch that wave. Nobody has TP up yet because Seraphine does have the City Boots and early CDR, so it's going to probably have confidence as well. And so it's going to be able... No, I went to find this. Never mind, stupid, don't worry about it. But it's going to have the TP up first, so it's very happy to be there anyway, so... Yeah, I like
Everybody
Berserker
return to
Greaves.
the lane. Yeah, please tell me more about these Berserker Crews.
I would have liked to... I would have really liked to have seen the oh god, Sork Shoes. The penetration would be super beneficial here. One, you're the only AP damage source on your team. So getting that early Sork Shoes, as well as the items that you're gonna get from your legendary passive or mythic passive from your Luden's Echo, is gonna be so much extra penetration as well. So it means that you're gonna be doing basically true damage. The only MR is really on the Sunfire Cape, which is not really a lot. It's like, what, 30, I want to say off the top of my head? Yeah, 30. So, it is going to be a lot of penetration that goes there.
Herald tried and true, right down the mid lane, looking to get the second charge, and they will be sure to get that. Nothing too shabby about that. Take the tower, put a little damage on the second one, and now Azir is a little bit stuck under tower as Oblivion Esports Gold is starting to roam around.
Yeah, at this point in time, it's kind of the no excuse show as Oblivion Esports Gold just kind of ride on his coattails. I don't think he gets Viego in the next game. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you're 6-0 at 20 minutes. I doubt you're gonna be picking that next game.
Yeah, so far. Oh, probably gonna be a pause. Yes, there it is.
Okay, well, let me go to the bathroom.
Perfect, classic. But yeah, the importance of the Sork Shoes is the penetration. Nobody's really going to be building MR in this game. The only people that might build MR is going to be... Why did Alistair build Wardstone first? I don't know. But whatever. Shut up. Shut up. Don't talk to me.
I didn't say anything.
Whatever. Basically, nobody's going to be really building MR. Jinx, Seraphine, and Viego, not building MR. Just go Sork Shoes. It'll help you do almost true damage to them, especially in conjunction with the magic penetration that you're going to be getting from Luden's Echo. So that's very good. I really wanted to see more of that. And also, very clearly this game, that Malphite doesn't really need to itemize towards MR until like probably like a third item anyways. So big thing is that he's even going to be meltable as the Azir. I would have liked the Leandries a little bit better anyways, and then going into it, but you know, maybe felt more comfortable doing the Luden's Echo extra burst damage and really wanted to destroy these squishies that are going to be just get more damage out of it. In which case, I would have liked to have seen you still go Sork Shoes, and you know what? Have magic penetration. Yes, the attack speed goes really nice. It's one of the most efficient attack speed items in the game, but end of the day, I just would have rather you finish your Nashor's dude.
We are back into the game. Gangplank is already taken down that top tower, so they're definitely going to be able to stop a bit of the bleeding there. They are almost tied up in gold here.
A little bit of a phrase from the pause. It's kind of a new little client bug. New feature from Riot Spaghetti Coding. I'm sure that you have this small freeze too, correct?
Yep, I have the freeze.
Yep,
Thanks,
yeah.
Riot.
Yeah, it's some spaghetti.
Alright, well, everything's going to TP to the bot lane to clear up this wave, hopefully before the dragon comes up in 15 seconds. And Have Faith is nowhere near the area to even try to contest it.
And honestly, that's pretty much fine for you. You do have scaling in the Azir and the Caitlyn. You do want to be able to make plays earlier on. They are going to get Karen vision. Ooh. They're a little scared. Interesting.
Yeah, it's only 21 minutes, guys. You don't have to be that worried.
They do have an Azir who is... What? Azir an Oblivion Orb. I hate that. Fucking hate that.
I don't like that either.
I mean...
One thing I want to look at, though, like, even though Viego is super strong right now at 6-0, that's all the kills on their team.
Yes.
Faith actually at least has some distribution of kills with the Lee Sin and the Caitlyn. They're most of their strongest people, and they do have a kill on the Azir. All the people that you really want to have kills on, do. Gangplank, he got hard brass on the top side, so he's kind of out of it right now. And he can't really push up too far away from his base. So he's sitting at an 0-3, but Lisa and Kalen should be able to bring this back later on. Unless the scaling does actually go in the favor of Oblivion Esports Gold.
I want to know why Have Faith is wearing their panties today. Because good God, they are afraid to do anything right now, and I hate it. Do something!
Yeah, seriously, as long as Vio's not there, you should be able to catch someone out.
I was about to say, there's like no pressuring towards the opposite sides of the jungle. There's no like real like warding game being played. They do have the watchful ward zone, which means that they do have the that's not watchful ward zone. That's the jungle. That's the support end. I'm stupid. Don't worry about it. Bulwark of the mountain. I thought it was ward stone because clearly I'm stupid. Don't worry about it. I'm just dumb. So I thought he had it. It was not that. So with that in mind, it is going to be they do have to contest this vision a lot. And playing around it, and it's just gonna be a little bit of a vision gap currently, just because Have Faith is not really willing to do anything. And yes, Braum does well into this Alistar lane, but Jinxie is not forward moving and not looking for anything. And oh, Baron is on the table.
Even though they were quite afraid to actually start something up, it does work in their advantage for a little bit, as they do know not to proceed towards any of the bushes. However, by starting out the Baron, Azir's split push does come to an end abruptly. So they did do their job by baiting them out so that they can't continue to push just yet in the bot side.
They do end up getting out that TP, but they end up starting that Baron without any sort of side lane pressure in the first place. So a bunch of minions just died at tower for no real reason except for the fact that they just wanted to start Baron and force them to stop that split push. And honestly, yes, that TP was good, and it was going to stop them from doing the Baron just because this Ear Shred would have been massive for that fight. But now it's, I don't even know if it was even worth it for him to TP. If they could probably just bluffed with 4 and then just, like, force the TP if actually something happened, but ended up with the Caitlyn trap, and just a bunch of harass comes down onto the Malphite, and they're just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, whatever the strategy on these on the side of Oblivion Esports Gold is, it's not necessarily clear at this point. They're kind of just soaking up some CS where they can and trying to Have Faith make a move.
Yes. I would like to see Have Faith get ready to do something, just because, as mentioned before, they're kind of just bleeding out. Late game behooves the Jinx and Seraphine scaling with the Viego resets. So, something to be paying attention to, because now this Jinx is almost 3 items. Now, so is TBS collateral at this point, but how, I mean, Jinx team fight, Caitlyn team fight, Jinx at one person, Jinx gonna, oh, Jinx isn't even going rune into a rapid fire cannon for the safety. Interesting. Whatever. So it's going to be pretty interesting in that regard, but does at least have Kraken, so a little bit easier to break the HP of Saving Braum, and also the Gangplank and Lee Sin. So very interesting in that regard. Maybe a catch.
Not to harass onto this. Braum is going to get onto tower though, but did they step up too far as Lee Sin jumps into the back? He's going to flash, but he is going to get knocked up immediately by the Alistar, and sure, nothing too much happens there. Nice lock, but Viego does manage to escape, and Alistar is kind of stuck in the thick of it, too slow to even do anything. He might die before the team even gets there, but an ult into the back gets 2. Seraphine to follow up. It is going to be blocked by Braum, but it's going to be just alright. Now Azir is alone in a 1v5, is going to ult to keep them back away from him. He'll stay alive, and it's getting bloody, but nothing is collapsing just yet. Lee Sin jumps in, ult from the Caitlyn. Nothing much just yet. He is a rock wall, and he is a rock man. Lee Sin on the run, but he sidesteps right into the trap, has to dash away. Braum very, very low. So is the Malphite, but no one seems to want to commit any further than that. No kills.
See,
lots of damage.
That's what I wanted to see from Have Faith, but what I didn't want to see from Have Faith was Rich Pritch actually cosplaying Lee Sin and kicking the Malphite or the Alistar, and everybody focusing down the Alistar with his ultimate on it. So, I would have liked to have seen Have Faith literally hit anybody else than the Alistar, but alas, here we are! Mr. Cowbell is the target today.
The thing is, Oblivion Esports Gold, they actually are the only ones with the TPs. 2 TPs, none on the side of Have Faith, so they're able to TP back in to ensure that they get themselves the 3rd Drake, putting them on Soul Point, and now they're roaming up to the Baron as Have Faith is still on the way. I think they're looking to bait them out again, hoping that they make the same mistake, because they did use a lot to try to start up that fight with no one dying.
have to be mindful of the mist of the Shadow Isles from the Viego. Just because camouflage is a fun thing, and you really need the Azir to be able to W over the wall to clear out that ward. Not going to be something they can do just yet, but they are going to get a little bit of vision. They're going to be that no one's here, no one's starting it. The gold is dead even this game, but there is still, as I mentioned, a timer that we have to be careful of. Yes, there wasn't any kills in that last fight, but even then, I don't know what Lee Sin's doing. He's just, alright, whatever. Yes, let's watch Rich Pritch kick the Baron already. Perfect, classic.
I don't know. I feel like they think that they're still in the area, looking to start stuff up because no one's been spotted on a ward just yet, except for Alistar in the mid lane. So I guess they're still panicking because they don't really have much vision with the control wards in the area. So they think that they're still around. But now that Jinx is going to be spotted out here, I feel like they now know that it's perfectly fine to jump in, clear a bit of vision, and jump out.
Yeah, absolutely. They do have the idea correct. The jungle and the support together actually able to clear out some vision rather than walking around towards the side, potentially checking with the Resonating Strike or the Winter's Bite to really get something going. But even then, ward gets placed again because now Kaneki is in vision, and guess what? Baron started.
Have a TP in from the Azir, and the ult from the Gangplank is going to get them a little bit damaged. As the fight starts to break out, Malphite on the side, looking to see if he can get them to clump up for an ulti. He flashes ulted right into them. Bomb is locked down and is just barely gonna take a bit of damage. And Viego manages to secure that kill. He's now looking for the back line as Azir can't get in himself. Everybody extremely low. Azir jumping in with a 4-man ulti. Already down, but the rest of them have fallen. Triple kill going over to the Caitlyn. A shutdown from the Viego, but it does not matter as 4 are already dead on Oblivion Esports, and the 5th looking to come through. Azir, you shut her down. Ace to the side of Oblivion Esports Gold.
That was a massive Lee Sin kick to kick off that fight. The Dragon Rage hit everybody on the side of Oblivion Esports Gold.
I meant Have Faith, my bad.
Yeah, and then Oblivion Esports Gold does immediately bumper it with the Seraphine ultimate as his ult only hit 2 in the first place. Rich and Jinxie. Now the targets you want to be going for, and then a fat Shurima's wall from the Azir is going to be a fantastic little bit of shuffle. He hits 4 people into the middle of the team. No excuse, does get a kill, but he's not able to get the resets flowing just yet and gets caught on traps from TBS Collateral because even then the Caitlyn's happy to play into the Viego just because you start sucking that soul. You know exactly where he's going to be when he comes out. So it's honestly just like 3 Zhanyas where if you want to play Caitlyn, you're into somebody building Zhanyas, you just trap him. And it's funny every single time.
Yeah. I don't. So I'm not sure what was going through my mind when I made that final call, but
that's all right. Shit happens. But now
I saw Oblivion Esports Gold having the advantage there. They're ready to take things to the wall. But then the flank from Azir, I thought.
It was just wild,
man.
Oh
my goodness.
But yeah, they went for that spike. Caitlyn has a little bit earlier of a spike. Just because Caitlyn's even stronger of a champion earlier on in the game. JS Chaotic not at his 3-item power spike yet. As the Jinx just means that it's a little bit weaker in that team fight. The Kenpick Future Fire does do well for Seraphine at this point, but even then, just the damage, sheer damage of Azir getting into the back line with that absolute burst damage that he got out. So it feels very good to see that.
Yep, puts Have Faith strongly ahead. One thing I did get right is that they had all the kills on the Viego. He was putting in a bit of work, but the kills on Have Faith are distributed much better. And a lot more of them are able to put in more work than just Viego. And the ace is very powerful here as now they're at a 3k gold lead, where it was practically even before that.
Yeah, it is.
Now the dragon coming up in 15 seconds.
Yeah, I was about to say, dragon is on the table, and this is the soul. Ooh, Kaneki.
Oh. He is going to knock him into the tower, but Viego is not going to fall. Jumps over and secures himself the Azir. Meanwhile, Gangplank split pushing the top side.
Well,
so they will be pretty weak side here when going into the dragon. It looks like Cloud Soul will be easily picked up.
The good news is that this is not the most oppressive soul for Have Faith, but yes, that catch onto Kaneki right there is absolute misery for the side of them, as it is going to be the Cloud Soul does go over to them. Absolutely no contest in that regard. So they're very happy with that if you're Oblivion Esports Gold.
Oblivion Esports Gold opts not to collapse onto the gangplank as he's still there while Malphite TP's in. Instead, they decide to divvy out to the lanes, make sure that they push this advantage that they currently own, and looking to make the most of it, as Have Faith is now roaming around the jungle looking for something to do.
Yes, it is now just a little bit of figuring out what's going to happen now. Yes, they do have Cloud Soul, but can they use it? It's going to be a matter of how well they can utilize their ultimates. It's still going to only be one ultimate fight. It just means that they can speed up how often they go for plays, because you're pretty much waiting on a Soul Days ultimate at all times. Him and El Topos are going to be like your biggest team fight factors that you have to be paying attention to and playing around with properly. So, they do have Cloud Soul. So, right now, a Soul Days ultimate is on a 63.5 second cooldown, which means that every 63 seconds, literally every minute, they can go for plays. They do have El Topos, which is 72 seconds, but that's a minute and 10, so or whatever. But even then, it's going to be into the Baron.
The Esports Gold is going to opt to start up the Baron yet again. Seems like now TPing in at half health for the Baron. They're going to try to harass a little bit. They will back off for now, as they are not sure what angles anyone can come from. That tower is still being pushed out by the minions of Have Faith. And something is seriously not right here. Azir is now spotted out with the minions in the top side. So now is a 5v4 scenario in the mid lane. But Seraphine decides to opt for the bot lane, even though you are probably going to just barely save that tower.
Yeah, do stop the Baron. They don't really want to start it and then risk the 50-50. At least then better execute. Good jungler, kind of a fun thing. So it does something that they're not really willing to give up. It is going to be a massive tower lead currently for Have Faith. Not something we've actually been talking about. The split push from them is going to be just enough to make a lot of these things work. El Topo sitting on that tower with a sliver of HP. It looks like Kaneki really wants to get that tower.
Not just any sliver, 44 HP. One auto from anyone. Bring that down.
Now we say anyone, but that doesn't mean Braum.
He's a strong man.
I was about to say.
Carries a great big shield.
He's got 102 AD, and tower has 70
He's
armor.
easily going to do 100 HP. with
Yeah,
one
he
punch
might
knife.
actually be able to do it. It's damn close.
And deja vu. Oblivion Esports starting back up. Baron TPing from the Seraphine, but response from the Azir. He's now getting ready to shuffle, probably over the wall. Nope, he will not attempt that because his team is a bit too scattered. Team flank on the top side. Oh, Malphite decides to start this up. Goes right into the backline. He's going to knock two up, but he has to walk it out as fast as he can. Braum's going to block most of the Seraphine ult, but he will get the knock up, and it will cost him his life almost surely. Actually, the Viego's going to jump and get the Azir. It's going to be followed up by the Lee Sin is going to fall. There's going to be 1-for-1, another 1-for-1 as well, except Alistar is going to fall as well thanks to the Caitlyn's long range. It's going to be 3-for-2. Have Faith having the advantage here.
So, as I mentioned before, the Caitlyn does have the advantage of knowing exactly where Viego's going to come out of the soul sucking. So, easy traps, easy life. It's going to be very easy at that point. Something that a lot of Viego players, especially when you're learning the champion, something that I learned very recently, is that your items don't matter anymore when you are not Viego. So yes, you do have the ability. Oh my god, it's going to hit the Baron.
Sin is going to secure the kill, but they are being extremely dangerous right here. Caitlyn just barely surviving with 20 HP and an ace going over to Have Faith yet again.
So as tanky as No Excuse was when he had that the plated steel caps and the thornmail, that does not transfer when he took over Kaneki's body. So he ended up killing Kaneki right at the beginning of that fight, and it was still above half HP. I think it's around 60%, and then ended up becoming Azir to try and get some healing out of it, but it's only percent based on their max HP. Kaneki has no health. Kaneki has no HP. You've actually killed yourself, and you have no armor, and now you're in the face of a full health Caitlyn who has been basically untouched. So, and you lose Thornmail, so you just died, and it's very tragic as you get to see there. So I like the Viego plays, but I really mean that he has to be making sure that he's not immediately taking the souls when he goes to the ultimate play to get that execute off. Just because, yes, he does like the reset, but even then, he's more useful currently inside of his Viego form, not as other champions. He does not have, he has their items and those items are not meant to deal with the enemies as well. So, very interesting thing that happened there.
Have Faith is going to spy out the Viego, backing on a ward, so they are going to push this advantage down the mid lane and the bot lane as they have the pressure. They're going to secure this tower. Lots of damage onto the Jinx, forcing her to run back. Is going to have to farm back up under tower in the base. And Have Faith is still running very strongly here. Viego trying to jump right into the middle, clear out some vision. That's all he can hope to do at the moment. Elder Dragon coming up in 8 seconds. Decisions are going to be made right here, right now. This could decide a lot of what is about to happen at the end of this game.
Oh, okay. Braum, not happy with that for a second.
Have Faith first to start this up. Malphite on a trap is going to take that like a champ. And now we are going to see who is going to make the first move and who will be the last who lands onto the Alistar. Lee Sin not eager to jump right in just yet. Boulder's sitting at 9k.
Everything's going wild. Gank the cultists down.
Yep, Malphite jumps in the back line. It was only going to find one. It's going to be taken down really quickly. Diego does pick up a kill. Lee Sin picks up another one. Lee Sin has already killed one of his matches right now. But Oblivion Esports Gold currently holding the advantage as 3v2. Have Faith has to stay out. They cannot take this Elder. Gangplank going to see what he can do right now. Galen is going to back with the Empowered Recall. And Elder Dragon going to the side of E. Old
Oblivion.
boys are running back.
Yeah, it's getting wild. Now, that fight, we got to see No Excuse get Braum at the beginning of that fight. Once he got Braum, it became... He gets the healing there, that's for damn sure. That man's a tanky boy, and is able to get up the shield. He's really able to stop any sort of aggression towards those carries in the Seraphine and the Jinx, and ends up becoming a good fight there. So they keep going for these slightly too aggressive ultimates with no actual follow-up. It's something that we are seeing here, and is looking a little bit unlucky in that regard, but he's going to be a one fight for Oblivion Esports Gold and the Elder Dragon for them.
And with how these fights are going, there's a lot of people that are usually staying at like just barely alive before they're able to get back to safety, but just barely. And with this Elder Dragon, if Oblivion Esports Gold, they need to start something up, because once they get to that level of health now, they'll just fall. So they'll be able to push this a lot better now if they utilize it.
Yeah. So what we're seeing here is a little bit of not able to do anything into the wave clear of Gangplank, Azir, Caitlyn. It's pretty hard for us to go for a siege into this, so they're gonna have to start probably looking for something along the lines of some dive plays. And something that they're gonna be maybe looking for here is what's gonna be on the table, because at this point they don't really have much options, just because it is going to be very hard for them to wave clear. So let's see right here. Goodbye, wave. That was a fun wave. Goodbye, wave.
Yeah, it's pretty locked off thanks to the Caitlyn traps, and nobody seems to be pushing the bot side for that easy tier 1 gold.
Kaneki does get chunked. And that Elder, a little bit of burn does not feel very good, that's for sure.
Yeah, Malphite's trying his best to get these traps cleared out so his team can get in, but they just keep getting put down by Caitlyn. She can put them down all day, my dude.
Oh, the Seraphine ultimate.
Seraphine ulti over the line. He's going to try to get what they can. Malphite jumps into the back, though. He's still too low to even do anything. They will be able to get some kills with the Elder. 2, 3 are down. It's now a 3v2 scenario as they are under the tower. Make that 4 thanks to the resurrection. Diego is going to smack at it right now, but the minions are out. They have to back out. That is all they can get for now. 3 kills compared to 1. They are looking to keep this push alive.
They do still have Elder Dragon for a little bit more. Oh, I believe Elder Dragon actually just fell.
Yep, they take down the inhibitor tower. Another one is fallen. Azir jumps in, gets the 2 that they need, the ones that are truly low. Someone's going to see what they can get right there. He's going to get lots of damage. 2 down, but Viego and Seraphine are still alive, and they could keep pushing this if they wanted to.
They do have Caitlyn. They have the Caitlyn. Oh, no excuse.
From the Seraphine to try to keep that minion alive longer so that they can secure the tower, but they won't get it just yet. Braum is up. Outfight TP to secure it as a 3-man. Lee Sin coming up soon, and so is the Gangplank. We're going to have a 3v3 scenario. Let's see if they can hold on just yet. Malphite is going to get knocked into the air by the Braum. Seraphine is going to land a nice ulti right onto the Lee Sin. He's going to be put very low. Malphite jumps right into the back line, and the resurrection is going to be triggered. Lee Sin stuck under tower. Malphite's going to see what he can get, but the Gangplank is alive and pops the ulti. Viego jumps right over to secure that Lee Sin. Make sure he can't get the Malphite just yet. They're still going to hammer at this tower. Lots of pressure being put on here. They're smacking it. They're smacking as best they can with that ruined sword. Second tower will fall, and the Nexus is exposed. Malphite will finally die. Viego can't get it, just barely. Gangplank will survive in the Nexus, even though it's exposed. The rest of Esports Gold has to run.
Yeah, whew. It took about 30 minutes, but eventually somebody did get some kills besides No Excuse. It did happen to Giada, and 2 kills for El Topo, so that's good news. As it's going to be gold elsewhere on the map. It is Viego's now very hard to kill. As you're seeing now, he did just sell his GA and bought Randuin's. Randuin's right now busted. In fact,
Needed a little bit of drink after that. Whew.
yeah, it's a wild one. But Baron is on the table, and Malphite and Viego are still dead.
Yep, but Lee Sin has just come back up. He is now making the trek over there. 5 strong for Have Faith, and they are looking to make sure they can get this before Viego comes up. Should not be able to join this fight. Oh, but Caitlyn jumps right into the 1v1 against the Seraphine and secures himself a kill. It does not matter if Viego comes up now because the Baron is already down. Dragon isn't coming up for another minute. They might be looking for that, but in reality, they have the Baron. They could just run this down. As 45 seconds left on the Seraphine, a 5v4. PP ready for the Azir.
Yeah, I was about to say, El Topo still has another 40 seconds. There was no ward placed inside of the enemy base, so there's no potential of any sort of backdoor unless No Excuse does some crazy stuff. But even then, I believe there. Ooh, catch.
Well, Viego's going to jump right into the Lee Sin. He is caught out. He cannot do anything about it. CC smacked around. He is dead. Viego's going to pick himself up another kill, putting him at 16-3. And the Dragon is coming up in 20 seconds. This is not where you want to be with your jungler in the dirt.
Yeah, as you mentioned before, Elder Dragon's on the table. It's second Elder, so this is very important in general. And guess what? Rich is dead. He does get caught, and it's going to be a wild one. They have to be careful with Malphite. Malphite is a big boy. He does have Force of Nature, Frozen Heart, and his Bramble Vest. He does not have this Thornmail completed just yet, but it is going to be the Elder Dragon just being started right now for Oblivion Esports Gold.
And they're smacking away at it, and it's 5v4. They can't really jump in. The stun from the Seraphine is only going to land on Braum. Nice timing on the shields. The rest of his team isn't going to feel the effects, but Malphite doesn't need it. He jumps into the back line. Azir knocks them all away, keeping his team just barely on the cusp. That they don't completely fall and can keep this base alive. Azir jumps right in. Seraphine blocking at the very last second. Jinx has managed to secure the kill before she can come out of stasis.
Yeah,
no
that
one
was
can get
massive.
the Elder just yet.
No Excuse did the same thing he did before. So, ends up killing TBS Collateral, but now is right on top of 3 Azir soldiers. It just gets murdered. He does not have the damage. He's still a little bit lower on HP, so he just dies. And as I mentioned before, your defensive stats mean nothing to you if you are not in Viego form. So it is going to be the Elder Dragon, which could potentially be taken by the likes of Rich, but is gonna probably end up being making sure that they don't start it, get some vision down, and make sure that this isn't theirs to take. This is second, and this is important, and there are Super Minions gonna press up on this Nexus.
Sin going to be spotted. They know where he is, and they know he is alone. He's going to walk it back out. The rest of the team is coming up for the side of Have Faith. The rest of the team is already back up for the side of Oblivion Esports Gold. We're going to start this all over again. Half health on the Elder. Lee Sin jumps right in to knock one out, but you don't have the rest of your team this time. Is going to fall. Azir is going to TP in. Does not look too good. Oblivion Esports Gold is already smacking around the Braum. You're still going to get charmed, even though you have the shield up. And now Viego has finally arrived to the battle. 3 dead already. 5-man strong for Oblivion Esports Gold. They are going to pick up the kill. Gangplank actually looking for the base race. They're trying to stop the backs right now as Gangplank is actually going to try to end this game.
Taking! No!
Oh, he is taking the tower. And now the base race has flipped on its head as 5 men are still alive for Oblivion
No,
Esports
no, we got the.
Gold.
Oh,
And
we
with
got the
that,
freeze. I don't know what. I'm assuming that.
Oblivion Esports Gold. I'm pretty sure they
I'm
win
pretty
this
sure they
because
do
Gangplank
too.
is now met with the Malphite and the Nexus is exposed. In Oblivion Esports Gold, it looks like they are going to actually come out on top.
Yeah, I'm gonna exit the game now just to see what happened. Cause honestly, I'm mad. That buff, right? Fix your shit. Goddamn, that was wild. I'm so mad. It is going to be. I don't know who won. I'm assuming it was Oblivion Esports Gold.
I think it was Oblivion Esports
It was
Gold.
Oblivion Esports Gold. That's what I figured. That ending was dumb. I'm mad about it. Just 'cause screw
Yeah,
you,
I'm mad
right?
about that freeze, but Gangplank almost securing the very end, but
He
he
got
is
a-
gonna. But he takes tower shots and he can't close out before his team dies.
Yeah, he gets. Oh my god, he could have had that. He could have absolutely had that. That's so tragic. Oh my god.
Oh well, such a gamble. Even though Viego takes most of the kills, the rest of his team starts to come back. And after that one misplay of the Elder, Oblivion Esports Gold manages to keep breathing and is going to push themselves to the match point in the best of 3. And now,
Yeah,
oh
time for
boy,
a little bit
Have
of a
Faith needs a
breather.
lot more faith for game 2.
Yeah, time for a little bit of a breather as we're gonna get a little bit of a relaxing time between games 1 and 2. It is going to be in the favor of Oblivion Esports Gold as that freeze was stupid, but even then they did end up clutching it out right at the end. So we are going to be stay tuned for another game from these two fantastic teams.
I wanna wake up where you are. pretend, and we'll be where we wanna. When you're next to me, I can't pretend. You've got me feeling like you're where I wanna be, Please don't let me go, I need you right here by my side. So won't you run away with me tonight? You could be the one that I've been wanting all my life. 'Cause when you're looking at me with those eyes, I don't wanna leave, I need you, we could be the light. So won't you run away with me tonight? I could be the one that you've been wanting all your life. 'Cause I know that I'm ready to go. Don't do the
Welcome back to Duo Esports. It is gonna be game 2 of this absolute banger of a series so far. It has only been game 1, but now we're at game 2, and it is gonna be Have Faith switching sides. Gonna be on the blue side versus Oblivion Esports Gold. And joining me for this delightful cast again is none other than Celestial Falcon. Celestial Falcon, how'd you feel about game 1?
Well, game 1, it started off good, then it started getting very like nobody wanted to make a move just yet, and then once the moves started being made, it just got completely insane. It was coming out back and forth. Have Faith getting two aces, and then they try for the base race, but it does not seem to work out as the Elder is taken out too quickly, and Oblivion Esports Gold closes it out just barely at the end.
Yeah, a wild game. Massive heart attacks all around for everybody. Is going to be the picks coming rapid fire. It is going to be a Kled versus Set in the top lane. Also, new bans are going to be Caitlyn and Diego. I wonder why. It is going to be also the Nocturne and Diana. In the jungle is going to be Irelia versus Echo mid. That's not a champion I've seen mid lane in a long time.
Oh boy. This is going to be completely insane right now. And since they don't have the Viego, they're gonna take what they can with the Nocturne.
Yeah, I like the Nocturne here. Maybe we're gonna get some fantastic bot laners picked in just a second. I'm excited. It's going to be a good classic. I'm surprised that they ended up going with the support pick on the side of the Oblivion Esports Gold. Maybe they felt that they wanted a little bit more safer of an engage. You'll see when we get there. But it's going to be the last pick, as we are going to get the GS Chaotix pick right here. As there was a draft law, if you can't tell, it's going to be a Xayah. And we're going to get Kog'Maw. And if you didn't guess, it's going to be a Kog'Maw and a Lulu. So it's going to be a fantastic, fun time in the bot lane for this Kog'Maw. I don't know if he's going to go tank Kog'Maw, but this is a good game to do it.
And to round out the pick for Oblivion Esports Gold, they decided to ban out the Caitlyn. But Kog'Maw's going to be picked right back up. He is going to be very dangerous, especially paired with that Lulu. And Xayah's going to lock herself with the Nautilus.
Now, good news is we have a Kog'Maw in this game. Very fantastic, very fun champion. If you haven't seen the new build, it's this tank Kog'Maw build. It's very toxic, is the best way I can display it to you. It's Wits End, Runaan's, Randuin's, and you have Armor and MR. You have this flat damage reduction that you get from the Randuin's now. Feels very good. And then you go into your Mythic. Very important thing to note is that Shield Mode doesn't really help you in most cases. I really want to take Kraken Slayer or Gale Force and just use the movement speed that you get from Gale Force or Kraken Slayer for the DPS. So I'm very excited to see if he's going to do that tank build this game, because there is a lot of dive threat here. You have Nautilus, you have Echo, you have Nocturne, you have Set. So lots of dive threat, so I really hope that we're going to see the tank Kog'Maw, but it is paired with a Lulu, so he doesn't... I would have liked to have seen a bit more aggressive support and let that kind of the Kog'Maw be a little bit more self-sufficient. And you're going to have this with the peel back, so he can potentially just go right into the damage Kog'Maw and just hyperscale if he wants to do that. So that's very interesting there, but also, it's Irelia Echo in the mid lane. Well, last time I've seen those two champions together, and I'm excited to see how this matchup is going to go, because this is a bit more aggressive than what we got to see last game. Azir versus Seraphine, not so aggressive.
For the top side, I haven't really seen a Kled Set matchup. I feel like Set's going to come out ahead, but with Kled on the... I think he's going to have a decent buffer.
So, if I recall... this matchup is actually decently favored towards Kled. If I recall. It's been a while since I've looked up the top lane matchups, but with this in mind, Kled has a 60% Grievous Wounds, not just 40%, 60% on his Bear Trap on a rope. If he does land that, and once he gets the pullback, it applies an immense Grievous Wound. So a lot of any healing that he's going to get from Conqueror, if he's going to do the Bork Rush, which he probably shouldn't do Kled, because Kled is the highest base HP inside of the game. Also, he can very easily go the Sunfire build this game as Kled, and be very happy about it. He can go Gore Drinker too, but we'll talk about that differently later. But big thing with this build and the Bear Trap on the rope is that he stops the healing and also things like that from Set as well. Also, the Bear Trap on a rope can pull and also kind of deny the W, but that's kind of on Set to really mess that up. But big things to mention is that Set has to use his W once the first 3 auto attacks come in from the Kled. so that he can W shield the 4th one is like the big part of that. But even then, Kled can prep his W on minions and then E4 with the Q, bear trap on a rope, and then get that 4th auto in for absolute burst trade that Set really can't W or shield anything about. So it's kind of a hard matchup for Set in that regard. So we're kind of going to see it. Once it gets that he does get Kled dismounted, it becomes a little bit easier for Set. But, you know, getting there is the hard part.
Yeah, I'm looking here. It looks like, besides the Kog'Maw and Xayah, these champions are looking to scuffle. They're looking to get right into each other's faces, and they're looking to not poke. They're looking to fight. They're looking to throw some hands, and I hope to see lots of hands thrown here. Spectre ones, Dusk ones, Odd ones, all of them.
Yeah, I am very happy about this game so far. I'm very happy with these drafts. I really want to see what they're going to choose. Now, this game is going to be a little bit more different. At TBS Collateral, there's going to be a big person paying attention to you. There's no one outskills the Kog'Maw. That's for damn sure. But how well is No Excuse going to play on the Nocturne? This champion a little bit less priority intensive than what he normally plays. I kind of wanted to see an Elise coming out of him. I think that would have been very nice, but obviously opting for the Nocturne with the engage potential, because if you can kill Kog'Maw, you can kill Kog'Maw. However, tank Kog'Maw's bullshit, and they have a Lulu, so it's going to be very hard for Nocturne to kill the Kog'Maw. I'm going to tell you that. There's not really very many good Nocturne ult targets this game, unless he's able to get like an early aggression towards the bot side, but even then, it's not a great time. So with that in mind, I'm happy to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. And with this, we are now going to see who chose what. I have a quick question. How do you feel about the flash on your D instead of the F? I've always been one for the flash on the F.
I agree. It is always flash on F. F is for flash. That is just how
F for flash. Thank you.
That's always how it be. Now, with that in mind, it is. I can understand the D for defensive, and you feel flash is defensive. However, I ain't no bitch. It's an O, man. That's an offensive flash.
How many leaps I have to make? D for defensive for flash. But it can be F for flash. It's straightforward.
Mm-hmm. But instead, we are going to get that. We are going to have some people with D for flash because they're smelly. But as I get this last little bit loaded into the game, as I forget to set up my stream overlay for the game itself, it is going to be a fantastic game here. I'm very excited for it. I don't know if we're going to get that a little bit of a cheeky level 1 invade. Maybe they actually play it a little bit better this time, if they go for the invade, but it looks like they might not.
It looks like this time both teams are going to line up 5-man on 5-man, and we're not going to see something too crazy unless Nocturne gets caught out right here if he steps too close. Ice Q will ensure he sees both of them and will stay safe.
Just a trade of damage, plenty of time to back and get that going. I don't really think that really behooved anybody. Nobody really has mana flow ban, so it's like whatever. The only thing they did was pop bone plating for Aurelia, but it's going to be back up before the lane starts anyway, so I don't really care. But El Topo got his Echo too. Something we didn't really talk about. El Topo, if you didn't know, has a 1 million master points in Echo, so we'll see how well he's going to be able to play it. I'm very excited to see how well he is going to play it. I also hate that Kaneki has Ignite. I hate that. Because this is going to be very big, and you have a fantastic 1-3-1 composition in the likes of with Rich Pritch, TBS Collateral, and Jinxie being in the 3 inside of the mid lane, and then you have Kled who can always really show up, and same thing with Aurelia. So I really like that, but I said they're going to opt for a 1-4, and I hate this Ignite. It might get him a kill. If it does, it might be worth it, but even then I would like for something. So,
unless he's causing more scuffles and trying to get those kills with the Ignite, definitely might want to have gone with the TP to be more beneficial when it comes to objectives. Or we'll just have to wait and see how that pans out.
Yeah, bear trap on the rope. Also waits out the bone plating, as you can see. Fun trade, fun champion. That yield Kled.
Oh, you.
Mm-hmm.
Another pull is going to be nicely placed.
Isolde opted for a Doran's Blade instead of a Doran Shield in this matchup. Interesting. I hate that. As you're seeing here, Isolde's not having a good time.
Yeah, he's being smacked around. He's already out of his pots.
And
It's not going to get him into a good, decent enough spot to where it matters too much. Or the pull is going to miss. That would have been very huge trying to push the set back. For now, he's going to have to stick with what he's got.
yeah, his potion is down. He does have the Conqueror, but as I mentioned before, the Grievous Wounds, I Am Scruff can almost always proc his Grievous Wounds. He does also have Grasp, so he really likes that just because it's going to get these good Grasp procs off.
Oh, he's going to try to dash away. Nice stun from the Aurelia, but still no follow-up this early on.
And El Topo was ready with the parallel convergence to make sure that he was going to be able to get the stun if she did go forward. So a little bit of a good play there from El Topo to understand the matchup a bit.
Good zoning from the Nautilus. Make sure Zai can freeze the wave and get some good farm. Now they're looking to start something. Feathers are going to come through, but the range shield will keep them from getting rooted. Upside Clay is having a field day and pushing in. They're just letting the minions fight it out.
Yeah, at this point, it's kind of hard, as you get to see Set doesn't have the easiest time in the matchup. He can't really go for long trades, and his first trades aren't really to his benefit anyways. Just because, you know, healing reduction is fun, especially this early on in the game. Ooh.
Nice shuffles from the Aurelia. He's going to get some good poke.
Have Faith, though, just like last game. Everybody up except for TBS Collateral, which is pretty impressive considering he's the first one to be watching, but he is on Kog'Maw and Lulu against the Nautilus Aya, so honestly, to be expected.
Yeah, you got to start off a bit weak before you can start getting really strong with the scaling.
Yeah, I do agree with that. So, he's just going to get that. Oh, it doesn't look for it, though. I was kind of expecting. But not going to happen. This is going to be some trading. We haven't really been talking about the jungle matchup. It is going to be a trade of scuttles, 1-for-1, not a double scuttle as it was last game. That's pretty good there. In that regard, is going to be no excuse with, it looks to be a full clear all around for everybody. No excuse having a bit better on the timing. Is going to have go from his Gromp to his Wolves and probably be able to get a nice back off if he goes for a backhand then. Rich Pritch is kind of just going to be able to get his Raptors about just now, right as they spawn, and boom. Oh, never mind. Said gonna get seen.
Oblivion Esports Gold pushing everything in so far with the dragon coming up in 8 seconds. I don't think either side is too greedy for that. The vision is for Oblivion Esports Gold, so we'll definitely see if anything starts to happen there.
If the junglers are gonna play like this, why aren't they just playing like Zac or Sejuani? Just saying. What is action in lanes? No action in lanes. Only level 6 gank.
Until someone decides to do something, it's just going to be a farm fest.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's looking like. It's going to be. Everybody's pathing away from the top, from the bot side. This is an Infernal Dragon. This is going to be the only Infernal Dragon of the series. So, you know, that's kind of a big boon, especially for both these teams. There's no tanks. Now, Kled could go the tankier, like, Sunfire Cape build into a... What's the word?
Both junglers pathing up.
Oh my. But Diana's seen.
Diana's seen on the Warden, and Echo's actually on the way. He's almost there before things want to get too spicy. He's going to land. He's going to opt to put the fear onto the Diana. It's going to be pulled, but it's not going to be quite taken care of, as they are now under tower and now have to back off. But Aurelia, knowing that his team can get to safety, is going to farm a bit in the mid lane, pushed out towards the tower.
And in the bot lane, Peloria was not able to get any. Ooh, what a trade in the mid.
Oh, doesn't see the Echo go into the brush just yet. Stun will land just in time. He's going to get some good poke. Back off.
He's no W. He has to flash.
He's looking for it. He's looking for the 1-2. Both flash. He's trying to get there. Nice. Haymaker secures the first blood. The thumbs up puts the dirt in the wounds.
Yeah, I Am Scruff doesn't have his W. Oh no.
Oh no. Stay's gonna pull, and Nocturne's already waiting in the wings. And a half. Nocturne can't catch up even with his Q to walk on, and will have to back out.
Yeah, a little bit of a... Doesn't have his W, so he's not able to get his quick remounts in succession. Ends up just getting beat in the head. Is going to opt for the Phage first item, so it's going to probably be the Gore Drinker for the likes of the Kled. is also going to be in the bot side. We got to see it. Peloria was not able to land a hook onto the Kog'Maw, and Kog'Maw was able to free hit. Now, for a lot of people that don't know, Kog'Maw actually does a surprising amount of damage, despite everybody's like, oh, he's such a weak laner. He doesn't really have a lot of access or utility for a lane. He's pretty much just auto-attack, that's all he does, so his ability to auto-attack can be easily prevented by current zoning and his ability to punish. However, he's unpunished and able to do that. His W does give him a free BF sword's worth of damage, even level 1. And the more HP you get, the less magic resist you have as magic resist you get per level. Feels pretty good. It's a lot of damage. Something to be paying attention to. He's gonna go
everything seems to be collapsing here on the bot side as Nocturne might be pinched. He is going to be able to burn out the scuttle and walk out. The team did not coordinate just yet. It took them too long to get to the dragon to secure it. However, they're going to start up instead, and Nocturne is just going to take the Gromp and see if Oblivion Esports wants to do anything about it.
Nocturne is ultimate for the paranoia, but looks like it's just going to be handed over as not in a position. Bot lane did need to back, so it's going to be a good stuff. It seems that Kog'Maw might be going towards the AD build. He does have the Noon Quiver in his pocket, so he's not building towards the tank items like the Wit's End, like we had previously talked about. So very interesting in that regard if he is going to go that build, because as I mentioned before, they have a Nocturne. And
one thing I wanted to point out was first the Cannon Minion wave was right there for Oblivion Esports Gold. So in the bot side they kept trying to back, but they were also very unsure of whether they wanted to, because Have Faith had already backed, so they were trying to time it up so that they could sync that. But with the wave still there, the taste of gold was just too strong, and they stayed a little bit too long, so they couldn't really time it exactly. So by the time the dragon was started up, they still needed to back. They couldn't really be too much help.
yeah, absolute tragedy there. Oh,
We got Nocturne waiting in the wings. Diana is a bit far away. Nocturne is level 6 and might be looking to try something. Nice pull from the set. And they're going to try to counteract the ultimate from Kled. Diana is now here. Does get the CC. However, Kled is already fallen and now is on the run. Alley-oop! Diana is going to get knocked towards the tower. However, the stun is just shy of the range and is not going to be able to follow up and kill the Diana. 1 for 1.
yeah, 1 for 1 all in all, both to the junglers. So Rich Pritch is happy about that. I'm Scruff not so happy about it, but he is the one on the receiving end. But this is pretty much what you expect from last game. Isolde really likes these ganks, and you should expect to see it more often, personally. Now, he is in the one that was leading in just the lane pressure, just because, you know, that is fun. But even then, Rich Pritch and is able to identify that in this game and able to match up these ganks. So it's not just easy kills, but at least trading.
Fancy footwork from the Echo to stay away from that stun. And the lanes are going to even out. And everybody is going to chill out for just a bit while we go back to the farming simulator of 2021.
And I'm pretty sure farming behooves Have Faith here. Just because you do have Kog'Maw, you have Aurelia. Both fantastic scalers. Kled is just going to always be a nuisance. He's always relevant. His unstoppable engage, especially with his charge, is just so massive. Something to really pay attention to. And then they also have Diana. Diana scaling and Nocturne scaling. Nocturne scales pretty decently. He's one of the better scaling junglers, but even then, if he's not able to one-shot Kog'Maw in the later stages of the team fight, he's going to be putting himself at risk. So, big factors to be paying attention to if they're not really able to play around or shut down this Kog'Maw before it's too late.
It's going to get the skull down to half, but now he's got to restart just a little bit as he has to take care of some vision.
Well, Scuttle does go to Kled.
I guess Diana wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make it there in time before the Scuttle was taken. So I guess opted for the top layer to do it.
Nautilus, lots of roaming, as he's going to be a bit more effective in the roaming game, but Kog'Maw's very happy about this. Oh.
He was going to walk around, but now everyone from the side of Oblivion Esports Gold is going to be spotted out in that top river. Zaya and Kog'Maw still alone in the bot lane, not going to be able to do much. However, Nocturne is going to opt for the Herald.
TPS collateral, understanding as soon as he lands the E, he can, like, about a half a second later, pop the W and be able to get a good amount of pressure and damage with the lethal tempo procs. But Rift Belt is going to be traded for this, as Nautilus is going to be the first one to get these runs off him. Diana just kind of sitting on I Am Struck here on the top side. But it's going to be dragging up in about 45 seconds. And it's not going to be a Cloud Soul this game. It could be a Mountain, and it could be an Ocean Soul. Both very tempting.
To be honest, I'd really like to see an Ocean Soul.
Don't we all? I mean, it is going to look like it's going to be an Immortal Shield Bow game from TBS Collateral, as he does have to damage something. He could just end up be sitting on the new Quiver and go Borg first. I'd hate that, but I imagine he's going to end up going to the Immortal Shield Bow. That's not a Wit's End. I'll be up. What's he going to get Wit's End for? The Echo Dive? So, I don't like that either. It's one of them
Dragon
tragedies.
coming up in 10 seconds, and Oblivion Esports Gold is first to respond. Now some vision and looking to clear out what they can. Set, the only one with TP in this game. Ed, TP is off, and the Set does have the advantage if he does manage to pull away from the Kled to join for a 5v4.
No excuse, opting for the Stride Breaker on the knock. Is going to be an Ocean Soul. So there's going to be an
Ocean Soul and easy dragon picked up.
But does opt for the Stride Breaker to guarantee and lock down someone in particular. So that's very good stuff from them. But it was going to be a Bork finisher from this set.
Speaking of finisher, he's going for the 1-2. That is being knocked right off of his majestic beast. Has to run away mountless under his tower. The Set is going to push this up. Try to push this in as the wave is coming over.
He did end up using his Bear Trap on a rope to help clear the wave, and then at this point, Set's like, well, I have nothing to fear. And then he walks up and beats his head in.
And instead of pushing, he does see Diana on the ward. Very good placement of that so he can pull away. But Diana will secure the scuttle.
There's been pretty excellent ward coverage all in all from the side of Oblivion Esports Gold. Lots of picks have been bought, lots of pressure. Ooh.
Oh, we might have something here as Nocturne jumps right into Fear, but in the wings is the man himself. 1-2. Echo is there for the time stoppers to secure that kill.
Yep.
Now is a 2v2 in the bot lane. Polymorph onto the Aya, now on the run. Not going to be able to outrange this. Has to keep running, but the TP is coming through. Set is going to actually be stopped. He's actually pulled by the Kled and cannot join the fight just yet. They were stuck. They were confused. They weren't sure if they could keep going, but because it was pulled out, Aya will fall. Nautilus will get to safety. However, they are looking to respond to this as Kled is going to die soon after.
Yeah, Kled takes his life to make sure that JS Chaotic does die, but honestly, as you get to see there, Gloria does go for this engage, but it's a little bit too late at this point as there's no real feathers and there's no damage, and guess what? Exhaust is really fun to play against when it's on the A to carry, and he's just able to chunk out JS Chaotic, but Iron Scuff does pay for his life as Kaneki also dies from that earlier trade and the Paranoia from the lights on, no excuse. Ooh, Kaneki looking for it.
Set stays a little bit too long. Aurelia is going to take advantage of that and secure himself an easy shutdown solo kill. Echo's going to secure himself the tower, and now be in the fight of his life. Is actually going to ult. He'd be back to full health, and a flash from Diana to secure the safety as Nautilus was right in the wings looking for an anchor.
Maybe not sure if the ultimate was up, if the depth charge was there. It would have definitely been very tragic if he gets the depth charge onto him. So Dazzle didn't want to risk that or the hook, so it's just going to be like, well, I'm out later, okay, bye. And does try to save the tower, doesn't get it though, so it's all in all, everything is looking pretty good for the side of Oblivion Esports Gold. Up a tower, mid lane is down. You're only up 200 gold though, so it's not a massive lead. Everything's still looking kind of even.
And that lead being slightly stunted thanks to Aurelia's nice CS lead above Echo at 16.5 minutes. And now we're just looking to see where they are going to make their next move as Nocturne is actually roaming down through his jungle.
Paranoia is up and Kog'Maw is looking like he's for dinner. God bless you. He does have the Immortal Shield Bow completed and also a Pocket Lulu. So they might be looking for it, but even then, they're not going to get too much afterwards. I don't even know if they're going to be able to kill this Kog'Maw right now.
Nocturne, not knowing what kind of vision they have in the brush, is going to opt to stay back. So that his ulti can do all the work, but is going to jump over and secure himself his own scuttle. had been lost to him before.
Yep, just trying to maintain it. Is going to be a little bit of trades all around for everybody. TBS collateral untouched currently. Did not get that that one kill earlier on. It's on B. Rich Pritch maybe looking to make the play first for a while.
4v2 in the bot side. Aurelia is now joining the fight. Actually going to opt to back for now.
Just get
Actually unsure of what he wants to do because Echo is currently in the mid lane pushing that up. Going to complete the back.
Yeah. A little bit scared there. Doesn't really want to. Once they get seen, and they do have paranoia potential, so that counter gank is an absolute possibility. And El Topo still has his TP, so he can be there as well. Scruff can TP, but Isolde cannot. So it would still end up being a 4-for-4 in that regard if Kaneki is not there. So.
Cross-map objectives coming up real soon. Herald coming up in 16 seconds. Ocean Dragon right behind it. It looks like Oblivion Esports Gold is looking for the Dragon first.
Yeah, I don't blame them, to be entirely honest. I mean, second, Herald is not too big unless you really need to blow up in mid. Mid's already down, so you don't really care about it. And Ocean Soul is mighty tasty if you are in the lead. So, I really like to see that if they can get it. They are going to start it, though.
Just put in as much damage as they can. Echo first to respond. It's going to be on the flank for now. Going to spot them out with the blast cone. TP from Kled is going to ensure it is now a 5v4. Have Faith currently having the advantage. Ult in from the Kled to keep them feared enough so that they don't try to make anything happen too much. Kled's going to ult right in. He steps in a little bit too far. Has to dismount. Now Nocturne swooping in from the void. Secure themselves a kill.
I am Scruff goes a little bit.
4v4 set, pushing the top side all by himself. No need to worry about anything just yet. He might get this tier 2.
I am Scruff goes a little bit too aggressive, ends up getting out barely with his life. However, Rich Bridge then tries to make the play, but JS Chaotic is able to flash out with the use of the Gale Force as well. So it's going to be 2 towers for that play, and only they didn't even get anything except for that Dragon. So Dragon for a death and a tower, so a little bit of a gold advantage to the side of Oblivion Esports Gold, but an objective advantage. Well, no, still an objective advantage as well for Oblivion Esports.
Looks like Aurelia might have roamed at the right time. He's going to control word and start his back, but he's actually going to be just fine. Just barely misses all of this vision. He had no idea where Set was, and he's going to be able to walk it right out. No worries whatsoever, not even close.
Yeah, man was like, I don't like that. It doesn't manage to get away with his life. They would have both been pretty identical in builds. If you look over there in the mid lane compared to Set's build, it was going to be more longsword plated steel caps. The only advantage is that Kaneki does have a Vamp Scepter, and Set has a bit more HP. However, a little bit more fun passive of Aurelia.
Oblivion Esports Gold is sitting very nicely in this game, as they have 3 towers to none. Around 20.5 minutes. They are down to Dragon, however, they do have objectives secured across the map, plus a 2k gold lead. I feel like they are firmly in the driver's seat right now, however, they got to be careful of that scaling from the Kog'Maw, as we've been pointing out.
Yeah, he's still been untouched. Very good things for the side of the Have Faith in that regard. Things to be paying attention to is only on a timer, but this game is a lot less action-packed than Team Ambition versus Pawn Sacrifice Purple. So, honestly, not gonna lie to you, Falcon, getting pretty bored. Everybody
same as last game in the mid game. It starts to lull. No one really wants to make a move until it does, and then everything just explodes. But before then, it's just the powder keg waiting to be lit.
It's a very different ball game for these two teams compared to the other side of the semifinals bracket. This game in general is going to be very interesting just because it's kind of a lot of stagnating and a lot of giving up pressure. It's just like, I don't want to give up too much, and I just don't want to be in the shoes to concede. But nobody's forcing anything either, so it's not the most pleasant watch, despite how close the games are.
Sides have to be careful here. Aurelia's might be caught out here. I is staying close to the tower, so it should be fine. The ult from the Nocturne will start it off. However, Very quick footwork from the Aurelia will get her to safety, and nothing too much will happen just yet.
Yeah, Peloria, with all of these roams, is just gonna be able to get a dominating vision presence over here on the top side of the map. Feels pretty good for the side of Oblivion Esports Gold. They're constantly able to see what's going on in this top side, finding out Rich Bridge, and just going to be able to dominate this, especially considering there's no top towers. The mid lane tier 1 is down, so it feels pretty good in that regard for them. But at this point, it's just a matter of pressuring. They aren't really able to get anything for it. It's just a lot of posturing. The Baron is available and on the table, but even then, you don't have the easiest Baron just yet, so I wouldn't worry about it. At this point, it's going to be a bunch
Going
of
back into their items, looking to spend all that good gold.
Interesting.
I'm gonna opt for the Fam Dancer.
There are 4 melees. You know what's really good in them 4 melees? Rune Dance. Phantom Dance just give him a little bit more AD and maybe feeling a little bit safer with it, but it's not a defensive item anymore. I would have liked to see the Rune Dance and just be able to just chunk people out personally.
Speaking of chunking, Set decides to annihilate the tower by himself yet again, and lots more solo gold into his pocket. Kled, even trying to step up, gets met with the 2 hands.
Yeah, at this point, Kled is a little bit behind the damage of his soul date. It's going to be 2 items to 1. The Bark is putting in work at this point. Scruff not really able to do too much into it. He does have his Board Drinker. Didn't opt for the Sunfire Cape, but it's kind of cool. Especially considering he went grass. But whatever.
You gotta be careful here. You are gonna get outranged. Kog'Maw is still pretty good from afar.
Yeah, but his W
The dragon
is down.
is up. We're gonna have a 5v5 coming up real soon.
Let's hope he might be looking for a flank. Top side is pushing
That
in
guy's
favor of
gonna-
Oblivion.
Topo is going to be spotted out by a ward, isn't going to be able to flank just yet. The dragon's going to be held in the brush that he himself created.
Yeah, it's also an ocean dragon, so it has that slow, so it's not the most ideal. Oh, he just splattered.
Oh, Set good posturing. Nocturne following up right into the backline against the Kog'Maw, but can't find it just yet. And the CC from Diana is pretty dang good, keeping them in place. And they're just going to steamroll all over Oblivion Esports Gold. Have Faith gets the ace. Triple kill, Aurelia, and a double kill for Diana. It is everything turning up Have Faith here as they even out the gold and take themselves to Soul Point with the Ocean.
I really want to see a Serpent's Fang from this Nocturne. You got to see it right there. Mono and Lulu. It's very hard to deal with, and that is a Kog'Maw. You didn't immediately get to kill him. He didn't get any kills either, which is very tragic. But does a lot of damage, and he's very hard to kill at this point in time. And you do not have the one-shot build of a Nocturne. So in that regard, it is going to be more of a lockdown, really, to facilitate the team. However, then they have to travel through the Aurelia ultimate, which is and those blades do damage, man. 2 towers, dragon, and feeling pretty good if you have faith. You're also on Ocean Soul Point, which is gonna be huge.
That one fight destroys the gold lead of Oblivion Esports Gold. It puts it right into the pockets of Have Faith. Their faith has been rewarded. They now have several advantages and now are looking to capitalize on that as they back and see what kind of destruction they can create on this rift.
Yeah, they do have this another 4 minutes for that, but it is still also Baron is an objective. They have a Kog'Maw. He doesn't have Bork. But once he gets Bork, it's gonna feel pretty good. But he's gonna be building it towards his Ginsu's right now as he's going for this build, the auto attack, very on-hit heavy build. I kind of hope there's going to be some random build because the items OP is crap, but that's okay. It is going to be at least a good advantage for the side of Have Faith, and maybe if they can keep it snowballing. And as I mentioned before, I'm pretty sure the scaling behooves them, and if fights are already not going your way from the side of Oblivion Esports Gold, it's going to be kind of panic setting in.
Have Faith are not willing to go into the good night just yet in this best of 3. They want to take this to game 3. They do not want to give up their chance at the finals. They will look to fight themselves, take themselves the crown of Duo Esports. In the top side, Aurelia is going to jump right into the set. He's going to be met with a second person, and that just tries to jump all over. Flashes to the blast cone, can't really find it just yet. He's going to be pulled by Diana, but he's already fallen as Kog'Maw has finally claimed himself a kill. Just walking up and being like, mine, I did all the work, Thanks for the assist.
Oh, they are going to start it. It is completely no vision regarded. They're going to probably try to trade tier 2 for this, but they have a Kog'Maw, so this damage is going to be nuts if the W gets turned on it. Goodbye, Baron.
Yeah, Oblivion Esports Gold either unaware or not really caring as they try to push up into the base. Even though they have the Baron buff and can easily back, they're looking for a collapse right here.
That is all by himself.
Kled decides to jump right in, is going to be pulled, but his goal is just to keep them there long enough as the rest of the team arrives. He's barely going to escape, but the team has finally showed up. It is now time for them to make their move. Ellis is going to be able to blast cone over the wall, but he's going to run into 2 more people and is not going to be able to make it out alive, even with the dredge line to get to safety. He is going to fall right then and there.
Yeah, I was about to say, Isolde gets caught, Baron to the side of Have Faith, and then another catch. They don't get the inhibitor tower, but they do get a tier 2 mid, and I don't know if that's worth it, as it's going to be a good push coming in. As honestly, Scruff is here with the team as well. They have Baron, and this could be a pretty good siege coming in.
They have staggered the deaths good enough for them to secure another kill. 5v4, pushing down the mid with a Baron buff. Really almost landing the stun. Upside looking for a little bit of love as Kled decides to roam up there to try to get that tier 1 taken care of. Now they are looking to split this up.
Yes, it might be another tower for the side of Have Faith. They have a lot of freestanding gold. We didn't really get to mention it, but yes, Have Faith was, or Oblivion Esports Gold was ahead in gold, but they also had more towers.
A nice stun onto the Nocturne from Aurelia. It's going to smack him around pretty good. But Oblivion Esports Gold is there waiting in the open arms. Keep Nocturne alive.
Yeah, at this point, it's a little hard. You are now tank Nocturne, so you are not having fun. I'll tell you that. You're tank Nocturne. You don't get to one-shot anybody. You're just annoying. And at this point, you have a tank shredder on the enemy team. It is a Kog'Maw. He has Ginsu's now, so you're gonna have a much harder time. And you don't really have really good dive buddies. Echo's not really able to get really past anybody, just because everybody's diving. Even Kog'Maw's diving. Everybody's diving together. But Dragon's on the field in about 20 seconds.
23 seconds. Led with TP ready to go, but Alice wants to start this up right away. It's going to be locked down. Now is because the fight is fully going to break out as the 5v5 is now here. Are really trying to keep them in place, but in the backline set is smacking them around silly. Echo's going to secure himself a kill. Kog'Maw and Kled, however, are going to take 2 right back. Now they are pushing even further into the backline. However, Echo cannot fight. As Lulu buffs up, the Kog'Maw is going to stay alive. Nocturne on the run, barely going to try to run away. Was at 70 HP, and he is fast enough to get away for now. Diana is not ready to close this out just yet. He is the last surviving member.
Yeah, I was about to say, no excuse.
He's not going to be able to outrun.
He's got Stride Breaker, he's got the extra movement speed from that. It's going to be hard to catch him, and even then if you do get in range, he is going to be able to just Q. And then once he's going to get that Q, or not Q, is W, and then he's going to be able to get you anyways. So, you're not going to be able to catch him. It just makes sense. It is going to be at this point, it's Ocean Soul. I'm not going to lie to you, you're Oblivion Esports Gold. You talk about next game. Tank Nocturne, not the call. I'm going to say it right now. It's pretty much at this point, it should be in Have Faith's hands.
Things definitely not looking good for Oblivion Esports Gold, but they are not out just yet. There's still tools to come back in 2.5 minutes if they can secure that. However, Nocturne was looking for something right there.
What did the ult do? Oh, the back got happened. He didn't get the ult down yet. Oh, that's tragic.
That is very tragic. Paranoia, not going to find anything, but it doesn't really matter too much just yet, as nothing seems to be worth fighting for. He will have the time to get that cooldown back up.
Yeah, Baron is going to be up on the table in 2 minutes. He is going to have the ultimate before that. He probably has Hunter. He does have it in about 60 seconds of cooldown, so he'll have it another 30 seconds. So he should be fine, especially with this Baron up on the table in about another minute after that. So that's pretty much the only objective left to take, unless Have Faith is going to be able to close it out. So these are the things to be paying attention to.
Set might be a bit caught out here as Diana's trying to flank around.
Oh. I like what you're seeing.
They do see the set. Closing in. Diana does get some good damage off, but can't hold him in place. The ultimate comes out, but Nocturne is there waiting in the wings. He's going to have to run away because Kog'Maw, like you said, is a shredder. We're going to go back to the void. 1 kill going on the side of Have Faith. They are still in a good position. However, Echo is still sieging the bot side. They have to decide who they're going to send down. Diana's going to opt for themselves as the siege master of Kog'Maw is going to push themselves through the top side.
Yeah, at this point as Nocturne, your only potential ult target is gonna be Kog'Maw if Lulu's not there, or it's gonna be Aurelia if Lulu's not there. Or maybe Lulu if she's by herself. But you know what? I don't think Lulu's ever gonna be by herself.
Oh no, Set tries to jump in, but if it comes into the range of the Kog'Maw, is going to take so much damage. TP from the Echo. Can't even finish the ultimate from the Set. Is going to die too quick. Others is going to stun everyone, but it doesn't matter as everyone is still very strong, very deadly, and they are pushing into the base. This looks to be the victory march of Have Faith. It's 3 members already dead. Nocturne coming up, only 2 alive. 5v2, except Diana's not there just yet. Might not even need him. Nocturne's going to ult in right into the back. You still get shredded unless you take care of the Kog'Maw. He falls immediately.
Yeah.
Finally last 5, but it doesn't matter. And Have Faith is going to bring us to the final game of this series.
Yeah, it's going to be a game 3 in that regard. It's going to be a fantastic stuff from them. Very excited to see it. The Aurelia did come out, and honestly, I was very happy with it. It looked very good, and even then the Kog'Maw as well. There wasn't really too much pressure in the bot side to really facilitate and stop the Kog'Maw. Kaneki played around the ganks and pressure from No Excuse. No Excuse to only really get things done top lane, and guess what? Kled even behind. He still has his ultimate. His ultimate's still pretty annoying and very hard to deal with, and they couldn't just kill the Kog'Maw once you get into these fights. He did end up dying only once, and that was that one earlier on dragon fight, and even then they won that fight, so it's pretty much what you get to see if you're not able to facilitate or get on top of that Kog'Maw. But, whew, I'm going to say, some good stuff there, Falcon. But with that in mind, though, these games have been a little bit long, so I'm going to take a little bit of a break and get ready for Game 3, and this one is going to be an absolute fantastic fest. Maybe a bit more aggressive if we can see it from the butt. With that in mind, we will see you in about a little bit later. Give us about 10 minutes, maybe 15 to get like the pro draft net. Get everybody to get like a drink of water or something to like, because I know I friggin' need water. So we'll see you back in just a moment.
If the world was ending, it's getting late. Wanna fade away into the ocean waves. I don't wanna stay carrying this weight that will never go away. Are we falling deep or are we just pretending? Would you stay with me if the world was ending? Are we meant to be or are we second guessing? Would you stay with me if the world was ending? If the world was ending. I'm sorry for the hurt, I'm sorry for the pain. I'm sorry that I ever let you think that you could stay. I'm sorry I'm the worst for always playing games. I'm sorry I involve you in this isn't love. I hate that I'm a person that could mess with someone's trust. Ooh, I hate that I'm a person that could mess with someone's trust. I only want you when I'm wasted, naked and afraid that all the doors are closed and I'll end up alone. I only call you when I'm faded. I'm sort of ashamed that I let you pull me close just to let you go. I only want you when I'm wasted.
I can only imagine how it is to be with you. From the first day I saw your face, I knew this love was true. But you already taken, nothing I can do. So I can only imagine how it is to be with you. I can only imagine us both loving through the night. I can only imagine us together side by side. I can only imagine we're dancing in the moonlight. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I want to know if you will be my favorite song, my little melody. If we could be a symphony, then we would be a perfect harmony. I don't want to live this way. I really wish we never knew. Out of sight and out of mind. I don't want to be with you. But the next time I saw your face, nothing I can do. I just have to face the truth. All I want is to be with you. I can only imagine us both loving through the night. I can only imagine us together side by side. I can only imagine we're dancing in the moonlight. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Could be a symphony, then we would be.
When I'm up through the night, I can't turn down the noise, tear all the words out of my mind. About who I'm supposed to be, I start to believe I can't get it right. Remember the days I let slip away, they were simpler times. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are. Don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars. You'll be dancing, dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life you'll be dancing on the moon. compass was wrong, and I'm still on my way closer each day to where I belong. I'm still rolling the dice, praying sometimes it don't last that long. I'm losing my faith, I'm walking away from what you knew all along. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are, don't lose your head or your heart. I bet my life on your stars, you'll be dancing, dancing on the moon. I bet my life, you'll be dancing on the moon. I bet my life, you'll be dancing on the moon. I bet my life, you'll be dancing on the moon. Dancing on the moon, 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 moon. Child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Child, don't forget who you are, don't lose your head or your heart.
Welcome back to Game 3 of this banger of a series. Now, joining me as I, Boss, will be the color caster once again for this final game of the series is going to be Celestial Falcon. Celestial Falcon, it's 1-1. How you feeling right now?
Let me get in there.
Oh, it's been very. They always get you. They start with a slow lull at the beginning, and once it hits that mid game, once it gets right past that, it's like bam, bam, bam. We're gonna take an ace. We're gonna take the dragon. We're gonna take the soul. And I am so glad we're getting a third game as both teams. First game seemed pretty close. Faith just barely not getting it, and then Have Faith dominating the second game once it hits the mid game. Now I'm looking to see who comes out on top to go to the finals.
Yes, me as well. It is going to be a Shen. The Kog'Maw does get banned. They did not ban the Caitlyn, so it's going to be most likely TBS Collateral is going to get that Caitlyn. And by most likely, I mean I already know the draft. So, it's going to be a Caitlyn. However, we are going to get a Cho'Gath Graves. As honestly, everybody's just going deep into their champion pool and just pulling everything out.
Have Faith still banning out that Viego because they're still having Vietnam flashbacks of the first game.
I mean, to be fair, wouldn't you?
I would definitely be scared of an 18-5 Viego.
That's for damn sure. Man was wildin'. However, it's going to be the Seraphine versus Galio matchup, just in case you wanted to go back to the mid lane, no aggression. So, guess what? Here you are. But you have a Hecarim versus Graves matchup as well. Yeah, honestly, there's not very much aggression that you're going to see from either of these teams and currently what they're drafting. I'll tell you that.
Oh, we're going to have another boring early game.
Wow, 3 in a row? Tragic. But, are going to have 4 jungle bans, because Rich, well, not Rich, but No Excuse is pretty hard to play around. That's for damn sure. It is going to be a Caitlyn, though. We can get the Jinx, and I believe it's Jinx Lulu. Here it is.
They're going to combine a couple of builds. Caitlyn's going to fall back onto the Braum yet again.
Yeah, this is going to be a hyper carry Jinx. It has 2 supports here. Now, it's going to have to be playing around that immensely well and hopefully can get there, as it's going to have these 2 immense supports to keep him alive. They do not have the greatest amount of damage. Hecarim can be a source of damage if he gets ahead, but it's going to be pretty hard because he's going to be into the likes of the Graves. Also, any sort of real good dives that he goes for in conjunction with the Shen Stand United can be met with the actual reaction of the Galio's Justice Punch. So, or whatever the heck the name of the ultimate is. So big things to be concerned about if you're the side of Oblivion Esports Gold. And to Have Faith, you have TBS collateral on his Caitlyn again. He did very well the first game on it. I expect him to do well again, especially considering he's been a big factor and somebody to really be paying attention towards. However, they do have a Cho'Gath now into the Shen matchup. This is not a fun matchup for like anyone really. Shen just likes to auto attack and does a lot of percent max HP. Cho'Gath wants to go MR, but then they have armor, and then they also needs armor. It's the tragedy. He doesn't really like it all that much. The silence is annoying, but if Shen wants to play it aggressive, he can really punish the Cho'Gath. However, if he plays it aggressive, then Graves is going to be beating him up again. So, little things to be paying attention towards.
If Lulu enlarges any of his team members, Cho'Gath's going to have a tough time. Let's just say he's not going to be able to eat the whole plate.
That's for damn sure. But he'll try his best.
He's going to have to go to the buffet, see what he can get. He's going to have to look for a couple sides of his own. However, the main course is going to be tough to get through. He does have his team to back him up to try to get that health pretty decently low. Good damage potential. More on the side of Have Faith.
Yeah, we are. I like the Braum pick again. It's pretty good in the Seraphine, as you're going to see. This is going to do exactly what he did the first game. Braum shield, stop the charm. Can't travel through all the teammates and stuff like that because, you know, Braum shield OP. So
yeah, sadly he does still get charmed by it. It's a price you gotta pay for keeping your team in one piece.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll take that any day of the week. It's just like, oh, you're gonna pick Seraphine? I'm just gonna pick Braum. It's fine. I don't mind being charmed. I'm gonna walk forward. I do have a little bit extra movement speed because of my E, but you know what? I'm just gonna start punching people. You know what? That's exactly what I want to do. Caitlyn will just be completely fine with that. Braum will eventually be able to W backwards if he didn't WE to stop the charm in the first place. So, little things to be paying attention to, but I really want to see how Graves is going to perform on from Richbridge. I didn't really like his first game all that much, maybe a little bit of Jenner. Second game, they were pretty even all the way around. Nobody even tried anything until after 6, and it was like a 2v2 top lane anyways. Ended up being a kill over to the side of Oblivion Esports Gold. So we'll see how that goes. Going to be a little bit less aggressive from the side of Isolde, and I'm Scruff. You're going to have a tank, and Shen is not going to be the easiest person to facilitate ganks for, as well as, well, Shen does like to do damage to Cho'Gath, but Cho'Gath will probably have the pressure advantage anyway, so it could potentially end up being ganked again, but...
Cho'Gath should be tanky enough, and Hecarim and Shen wouldn't be able... I don't think they'll be able to deal enough damage for Cho'Gath to, I guess, step away. They do have the speed to catch up, but
unless we're playing at a normal jungler's pace and they can gank at level 3, but...
yeah, but if Graves is there, then I don't think they're going to be able to catch up.
No, the smoke screen will be very annoying to deal with. So, it is going to be game 3. These teams very decently evenly matched, as it's been very close in gold. Only, I think, like, at most, throughout most of the game, it's been 2k. So, little gold advantages here and there, and it's just all in all, pretty even games. Very excited to see what we're going to get out of this third game. It's going to be...
Absolutely, and we are loading as best we can. I feel...
Oh no.
I feel like Shen and Hecarim, if they can get at least some kind of fear or taunty off onto the Braum, Seraphine's going to need to time that pretty
Uh-oh. There are two things here that I don't really like this game.
Oh no.
Galio has electrocute this game, and
I don't know about that.
Hecarim has Conquer. Now I don't mind Conquer too much. It's the better of the two options. I really would have liked to have seen Phase Rush, just because there's lots of slows that's going to be coming out. You have Braum, you have Cho'Gath, you have the smoke screen from Graves. So I really would have liked to see the Phase Rush are going to get the Conquer. I don't think he's going to have the easiest time stacking Conquer into the likes of, say, Galio, Cho'Gath, Graves, Caitlyn, Braum. So big things to be paying attention towards. But yeah, that's an Electrocute Galio. It's not even a Predator Galio, it's an Electrocute Galio.
It looks like we're going to have an invade from Have Faith. They're going to step up. Seraphine will be spotted. So will be the rest of the team. A nice 3-man stun. Keep them from pursuing any further.
They don't get the ward either, so they do get seen, but there's no aggressive warding, so they still aren't going to really know where Bridge starts. So that's a little bit of a bonus from Have Faith. They don't get any knowledge, but they don't get any punishment either from it, so it's okay. Braum does get seen, but that's okay.
Minions have spawned.
Start on the bot side jungle. No one really greeding for too much vision. In fact, Oblivion Esports Gold actually goes for some defensive vision on the tri-brush.
Interestingly enough, I think Cho'Gath went for the Doran Shield instead of the Doran Ring. I would have liked to see the Doran's Ring for a little bit more aggression and just the extra sustain that he would get from mana killing minions. I would have liked that a little bit more, just because he's able to kill minions. He feels pretty good. Extra damage helps him kill minions. You know, the whole like. I would have liked that personally.
For now, it's just probably going to be some wet noodle fighting on the top side.
Yes. However, Shen does a lot more damage than a lot of people are prepared for. I'll tell you that. Oh man.
We're getting some decent range damage right there. Already procking the pot for Seraphine. Side Kaelin's gonna get a bit of poke. And nothing too fancy really going on in the early game. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, I don't like that Isolte, when he had his Q up and ready and he had his passive up, doesn't walk up to try and fight I Am Struck. In fact, he just tanks damage. So I don't like that personally. But now he's going to be down his potion. Is going to be just a bit of exact mirroring from the jungle, pretty much what we saw from the first game. Or not the first game, the second game. Just going to be bot side to top. Ooh, good taunt, but
I think this is the knockup.
Yes, Hero's Entrance. That. Oh wait, isn't that? Yeah, Hero's Entrance. That is the name of the Galio. That's what I thought. Yeah, Justice punches his E. That's what I thought. Ooh. The Guardian proc.
Does not get the passive off. Does not get too much slow there. Still smacking around on the top side. Kaelin and Braum doing pretty good getting pushed up in there, controlling this lane.
Yes, it is going to be. Oh. They're going to see each other in the jungle, but it is going to be Galio with the mid lane priority, and top lane priority goes to Cho'Gath, so it's going to be easy scuttle for the side of Graves.
Just going to be the tale of two passing ships in the night.
And honestly, this should
Or
probably
one
be a
ship
double
kills the
scuttle
thing.
too.
But tries to go for the taunt, he's not going to make it. They will not be able to engage on Seraphine just yet. Outside is still pretty even down there as Kaelin and Braum still push in. Dave's currently on the way. He's going to take himself the second scuttle. Hecarim tries to run into the top side, but again, Cho'Gath just walks it out. As predicted, Ghost is going to be burned by the Hecarim.
Man wants to run fast, but not that fast. It's going to be, honestly, it's exactly what you expect to see from the Shen and Cho'Gath matchup. Lands the taunt aggressively earlier on when the lane on his foot side. Just starts to get the Q damage in the shield. It's very hard to get really damage to the shield, and then W's the E damage, and boom, easy peasy. He just trades and looks
Hecarim being spotted out top side. It gives Graves the opportunity to jump right into the enemy jungle. He did use his dash to get over the wall. He's going to smite out the large Krug. However, Hecarim has just arrived, and he will dash back over the wall. Job well done. He doesn't feel like he needs to be there any longer. And Seraphine rotates a bit late.
Yeah, it's going to be... Graves is happy about that. Doesn't really get too much, but he does get a little bit.
Everybody coming around is 3v2 in the jungle. So Lulu trying to get there to join the fight. However, Raptors are going to be gone before anyone can even attest. Hecarim runs away.
Oh, got a small Raptor. Ooh. That's alright, just a little bit of slow.
Oblivion Esports Gold looking to not go into the night that easily with the jungle camps. I'm going to try to take that. However, you are now in enemy territory and they know where you are. Burned off. The Raptors are now gone. Hecarim and Shen. Shen tries to jump in. with the 2v1 and now the 2v3. From trying to run down the galley, who's going to run away, be perfectly fine. He's a big boy, big gold plating, and he's made of stone. He's just going to be fine as he walks into the mid lane.
With a decent CS lead as well. He's feeling pretty good about himself, and honestly, Del Topo having to roam he's not doing great for CS numbers, but Rich Bridge also just doing some damage, but as of right now, he's a low level Brave, so he doesn't really do too much damage. He really needs to get some AD before he starts doing the big deeps, but even then, we are going to see a Sheen from this Hecarim, so this is going to be most likely a Trinity Force Hecarim.
A little bit of flexing by the galley, walking in and jumping out. And the bot side, Jinx and Lulu actually holding themselves pretty good, keeping the CS very even here against Caitlyn and Braum, even though they're pushing really hard into them.
You say that, but Braum was also away for a while. DB's Collateral was in a 1v2, albeit he did get slightly pressured, but not super pressured. So, them being even is actually pretty good for them. However, Jinx, with the hyperscaling that she's going to get from these two supports that she's going to have, it's going to be pretty annoying if she's allowed to get there. So big things to be concerned about.
First Dragon is up, and it looks like Have Faith is posting up to see if they can take that first before anyone notices.
Yeah, the bot lane just backed, so this should be pretty free. Unless Hecarim can land a steal, but I don't imagine he's going to really be able to. So, with that in mind, it's just going to be... Ooh, nope, gonna miss it. Nothing wild.
Silence, nothing much. Free first dragon over to the side of Have Faith. Getting something on the board at least, even though there's no kills, no towers, no really feats of any kind.
Yeah, nope.
Oh, first plate actually picked up by Caitlyn.
Passes a Caitlyn's job. Yeah, Iron Scruff not having the Doran thing, it's kind of hurting a bit of damage. Oh, there's a TP.
Oh, we're gonna have a 4v2 scenario. Flash from the Caitlyn gets her just barely out of range. However, Seraphine ulti is very long, very far through them. 2 down already.
It's gonna be Hero's Entrance traded for that TP. Shen ultimate, the Seraphine ultimate, Stand United, and the Encore are just massive. Also the backstop. It's gonna feel pretty good if you're I Am Scruff to probably get some great plates down. Assaulted does have TP, but he doesn't want to TP into the face of a Cho'Gath with that little HP. But yeah, if you're Oblivion Esports Gold, that's exactly what you want to be seeing. Being able to get these kills and pressure for JS Chaotic, just because he's going to be a big factor for your team.
A very good response. Push too far up, TP plus someone already waiting in the wings. Seraphine, very nice ultimate coming down to secure themselves a double. Now, they managed, even though it's still pretty close, they did shift the goal lead in their favor, but it's not much.
Yeah, it is only a little bit. Ooh, gonna get a Witcher's Bite, but not gonna be too much. It's gonna be more tower damage because, you know, Caitlyn. However, there's no TPs anymore, and not super a lot to punish the Caitlyn, but still doesn't want to walk up and maybe get some tower damage.
Cho'Gath will be the only one with TP up right now. There's nothing really to use on quite yet. There's a ward in the brush bot side, so if you want to assist, you gotta let the wave push out. It's the Caitlyn and Braum are not looking to do that.
Yeah, honestly, I only pretty much expect I Am Scruff to go for a TP if he's gonna be able to get his off. He's gonna want to eat either the Dragon, Rift Herald, or Champions. Because yes, he's stacking his ultimate on the minions in his lane, but eventually you can only get so much HP from eating minions in the lane. So eventually he's gonna need to probably stack it on other things. Is Isolde opting for the Aegis Legion first rather than the Bombies or a Bramble against this Cho'Gath? So that's pretty interesting there.
And has no fear stepping up. He doesn't even really need to be afraid at all. Dude is a very tanky ninja.
He wins trades. I just don't understand why he's not even trying. It just hurts me. It hurts me a lot. Just beat him up.
Just sidestep the Q. and you've taken out essentially a good amount of his pressure there.
It's just auto attacking, man. Just get your shield bash off, feel good about it, beat some cheeks. And you have no way to like limit the wave push, and you're just getting pushed on repeat. You're not trading it. It hurts me. It hurts me. That's what I have to say.
It really does. The waves under tower, and he's probably gonna lose some stuff here. We're looking to see if we're gonna have a 3v3 here, as Graves is currently backing. Unsure of what they want to do.
Yeah, looks like it's just gonna be. It was gonna be eventually a 3v3, but it's gonna be Rich just kind of chilling. It's gonna be Hecarim gonna go and get his Raptors instead, so nothing might happen. It looks like Rich is just feigning his back multiple times. Dragon is up on the table in 55 seconds. Probably gonna get the back off unless
we might have something here. They step up a little bit too far. He's just gonna jump in. He's going to take one of the traps with him as Braum jumps in to get a nice ultimate. One more auto. Oh, he flashed. He's going in so deep right there. Caitlyn against the ulti. However, the shield from Shen TP is going to keep them fine. Hecarim sweeping through the back with an ultimate. Blue just barely making it out alive, and Galio's going to seal his fate as well. Ultimate right onto the Caitlyn. Nice shot. 4 kills going over to the side of Oblivion Esports Gold. Even though Cho'Gath is slapping away at a solo tower for some plate gold, who will take that trade every day of the week for Oblivion Esports Gold.
Yeah, it is going to be Mountain Dragon for them, and that's exactly what you want, especially with this side of the Shen. You're going to have these 2 supports to keep your Jinx alive. Any extra armor MR is going to be super useful into the likes of these shields. As you got to see there, immense amount of shields. It's super hard to kill the Lulu there, as Rich does go hard with the E flash auto attack ultimate, but does eventually get exhausted during it. Does not have the damage to kill him through the Shen ultimate as well as the Lulu E as well. So very tragic in that regard. Everything crumbles as there's no hero's entrance for the Galio as well. It's just going to be tragedy all around.
Yeah, all of that starting from a greed from the Graves flashing under there to see if he can get one auto. But Shen is still alive with ultimate. So the shield is going to come through. Plus Lulu had her ultimate to get herself real big with the shield. And you dragged out that fight way too long. It was just way too greedy to go in there.
Oh man, I am Scruff. Eventually realizing that, hey, you don't win these trades, man. And he doesn't. As you can see, Isolde does get the Q off. He does damage. It hurts. He's not happy. He's pretty happy about it now. If only he was doing it earlier. But it's going to be Rich up here on the top side with the Rift Shield. He's going to get this first tower.
And with plates still up, another few seconds, they will secure all the plates on that tower. Have Faith is still keeping alive here. They're losing a bit of their gold lead. Well, Have Faith didn't have the gold lead, but they're trying to even it out, but it's not enough just yet. They're trying to claw their way back from that huge loss there, as 4 kills were given over to the side of Oblivion Esports Gold.
Yeah, as you get to see, the some pretty good damage comes out from the bot lane still. Jazz Chaotic just starts to feel himself what's been going on in the bot side, getting a little bit of help from his friends. Does eventually eat a victory fight. That's going to be a Divine Sunderer Hecarim, not a Trinity Force Hecarim, by the way. So he's going to be wanting to dealing tanks and be able to heal through a lot of these fights. Interesting.
Now the question is, does Oblivion Esports Gold want to go for the perfect kill game?
It's already going to be a little bit hard. They don't have the ability to do it just yet, but they do have a Cho'Gath, and they do have Heroes Entrance. So it's going to be pretty hard to get these perfect kills. They already have a tower down. First tower does go to the side of Have Faith with Rich and Rift Herald as well. So it's not going to be a perfect game, but it could be. Oh. Nope. Not this time. I mean, no excuse.
I walked up, like, I'm not feeling it. Yes. Backs up, goes right back to his camps.
That and also, I am Scruff now out of vision. We don't know where he could be. Hero's Entrance could also always show up. Something to be careful of. Yeah, it is a full damage Galio, and I mean, I expect people to build full damage Galio, but no Aftershock, which is pretty interesting.
He's got to be careful here, stepping a little bit too far up. Hecarim is now waiting in the wings. He's charging in. Stun into a pushback will get him there. Hecarim ulti just for good measure. Walks into the way of the dash. Will be able to stop Galio from escaping, and a nice, easy kill in the mid lane going to the side of Oblivion Esports Gold.
Especially when you're in a position like that to be pinned, you need to flash to the side and E away from everybody. Especially if you're in a position to be able to get away from that, but not going to be able to get the escape off. Does end up using the splash. It's going to be a tower taken for the likes of Have Faith in, or Oblivion Esports Gold in the bot lane. So good stuff there.
Let's put on our thinking caps.
Back to the old grind. Everything's falling apart. Both teams are going to step back and evaluate, get some farm of their own, as they're looking towards new objectives. The dragon is coming up in 1 minute. Both sides having one of their own dragons. The Cloud Soul will be the one to get. It's really, but still not really one of those dire ones right now. Just looking to play the game.
Yeah, Cloud Dragon's pretty good in a couple of champions here. Hero's Entrance, Stand United, Encore. Make it big. The collateral damage. The Eat from Cho'Gath. All pretty happy to have the CDR and movement speed. Just basic movement speed feels really nice. So, big things. I mean, Hecarim likes that too for obvious reasons. Speed go bear. So with that in mind, it's pretty much just... You do like it. It's not the greatest combat thing. I would like to see an Infernal Dragon or an Infernal Soul. That would have been a pretty hotly contested. However, instead we're going to get the Cloud.
Yeah, this is like Oblivion Esports Gold is looking more to objective. They're like, all right, but will you survive after?
Yes.
That's the big question.
That's pretty much it at this point.
Show that damage. They do a lot of murdering. And they're already on this dragon, so they just pick it right up.
No real good contest at this point in time. They have a lot of scaling on their side here on the red team. Cho'Gath scaling, Graves is going to scale, Caitlyn's going to scale as well, and then Galio scales as well. But even then, you outscale the shielding, the healing, the annoyance of all of these pocket players for this Jinx here. You do also have a damaged Hecarim. Looks like he's going Divine Sunder into what I assume is Steric's Gauge. So, very annoying to be able to deal with. He's going to do a lot of damage. Already, honestly, he's pretty fed, so he's going to be able to get it a lot of damage and a lot of value out of this.
What's important is that can they get to the game state where they can finally utilize all that scaling. For now, the kills are coming up completely on the side of Oblivion Esports Gold. But if they keep that up, they might be able to close this out first. But however, Hecarim is waiting in the wings. A flash already from the Cho'Gath. Hecarim's going to jump into him anyways and push him more towards the tower. Not really exactly what you want, but nothing really much they can do on the side of damage to take care of him before they get to that point.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, it is a Shen into our Cho'Gath with an early flash. Means that the knockback from the devastating charge is not going to be able to knock him towards the Shen. And even then, ooh,
Seraphine 1v1 against Galio. Lots of damage coming out, but can't really close anything out just yet. After all, the combo doesn't really cure too much except for holding them in place.
Yeah, was a good buffer from the Gallios. He's able to get the off into the likes of El Topo. Doesn't matter about your root. If it's buffered, he's going to be able to get that damage off. Anyways, it is going to be a decent chunk, but even then, you're damaged Galio, man. Like, you have some decent burst, but you're into a Seraphine. And they have a Shen. I mean,
Didn't even need ult in just to keep her alive. Instead, he's just going to keep the trade up against the Cho'Gath. And the bot laners are in the mid lane. Mid laners are in the bot lane. Top laners are doing their thing as always. And the junglers, well, they're jungling.
There is no second Rift Herald this game, it looks like. Is going to be, in fact, just a whole bunch of 1-3-1 top laners being able to TP, just farming. As mentioned before, I don't really like this from the side of Have Faith, just because they have Jinx, Lulu, Seraphine, and even a Shen. This is like if you are Jinx, you are so excited to play this game right now. You're like, who's gonna kill me? How are they gonna do it? I'll tell you how. Somebody better got a goddamn Serpent's Fang. Please, for the love of God.
I feel like you're excited, but you're also very cautious because you're a bit worried. Like, okay, team, to back me up. And it's like, yeah, we got you. Then the next thing you know, you find yourself alone, and it's like, guys, where were you?
Farming.
Farming, of course. I think we've been doing the floor of the game.
Yeah, I just like a Serpent's Fang. This game has immense value, which I really expect to see the Graves get. Maybe Caitlyn can get one as well.
Yeah,
You're gonna see red team.
However, it is going to be sided because they do have the bush warded, and they are going to get to safety just fine.
Yeah, lots of blue side ping, but that's all it is. And now his TP is down. Isolde still has his TP and stand united over the Rupture Lands. But that's it. Nothing's gonna
And
happen.
1 minute coming up with the Dragon. And Oblivion Esports Gold looking to get themselves on Soul Point to rob it from Have Faith. Well, Have Faith pinging the Baron to try to get that vision off and see if they can maybe pressure it in response. However,
There's one
not really sure what you're going to get at this point.
a big problem that we're noticing real much out of the side of Have Faith here is that they have no real engage tool. Your biggest engage tool right now is potentially Cho'Gath Rupture, albeit on the second cooldown dirty. And not the hardest skill shot to land, it is still required of you to land a skill shot and then be able to go in during certain times to make sure that you can get that punishment. And what I really would have liked to have seen from the Cho'Gath this game is Chemtank, which is be able to run in and get the giant AoE slow and guarantee ruptures, being able to get into the enemy team instead of opting for the Frostfire Gauntlet.
While Oblivion Esports Gold, they got the Hecarim to jump into the back. It's the Shen to just keep him alive as he's in the back. Everybody else can just deal damage away, and it's going to be no contest here as Oblivion Esports Gold puts themselves on Soul Point with the Cloud. And Have Faith can't respond to anything.
Yeah. They have no way to force anything right now in the current composition. Unless Galio gets into the middle of the fray. But if Galio's engaging, he can't use Hero's Entrance. And also, he has no tank stats. So he just goes in and he dies. He doesn't even have Aftershock. So.
Yeah, he seems to be like their greatest form of engage. Braum needs to land his Qs. He's got to get in there for either to ult on or... It's really hard for Have Faith to actually get in there and actually keep them in place long enough for their combos to be pulled off.
Yes, it's an immensely hard for this composition to get drafted, and it's going to not looking too good for him. As scaling a Jinx, pretty big. They're down 3k gold. It's not the end of the world for them. They do have potential. They have to start getting some objectives. Now, currently, their siege potential is a little bit hampered, just because, in the day, they're into this Jinx Lulu. Jinx Lulu's wave clear is immensely good. Seraphine also has decent wave clear as well, so it's pretty hard to kind of get any sort of pressure going on this bridge, which is going to be able to get into the side lane. If he's in the side lane, he's showing himself. So, it ain't looking too great for the side of Have Faith currently, but maybe they can stir up some fights.
Yeah, speaking of which, the Oblivion Esports Gold looking to clear out some vision are actually going to start up the Baron.
Yeah, they are on a ward. They do see it with the pink. They are going to be able to get this going, but I think nobody's moving from the side of Have Faith just yet.
I don't think they even...
I don't think
They're
they know.
starting to take notice, actually.
Oh, they know. Here it comes.
They know now they are going to be closed upon, but Shen is waiting in the wings with his ultimate ready to go.
He stole it!
Oh, Cho'Gath noms right on the Baron and steals it. It doesn't even matter. Shen is a little too late here. He's going to try to dive right in with the taunty, but it's still 5 strong, now 4. They're just shredding from the back. Caitlyn hitting them as much as they can. They are now on the run. Have Faith are looking, keep pursuing. Now they should probably be backing off here as they are too low to keep going.
Jinx kited herself right into the back of the pit. Not where you want to be if you Jinx. I'm not going to lie to you. And honestly, Caitlyn free hit over the wall the entire time. And it doesn't matter how much your 900 damage smite is. Cho'Gath has a 1000 damage smite. Chop, go, burr. It was a great steal from the side of I Am Scruff, and he even saves the game probably for Have Fait. I don't know if it's going to be a win, but it is definitely going to be a lot better and a lot closer now because of it.
Very crucial steal. I Am Scruff. 4 Fs because that is what's going in the chat. As you see, Cho'Gath just completely take the jaws of victory, spread them wide open. They just completely flip this game on its head. They take away the gold lead. Now looking to push everything across the map with the Baron buff. 2 towers have already fallen. They just brought this game back from the brink of annihilation.
Yeah, and the Serpent's Fang is completed from Rich Bridge. Exactly what you want to be seeing. He does have the capability to completely shred out these shields on priority targets if he gets on top of them. So, very big thing to be paying attention to is how he's going to play out these fights. Because he is going to be massive. He does have the Gale Force. He has the true grit from his passive. So, big things to be paying attention towards. And this Baron is going to be a very hard thing for them to deal with. Dragon is going to be on the table in 1:10. I Am Scruff's TP is back up as well.
Oblivion Esports Gold wants to get back in this. They gotta find more picks, and they gotta secure this soul, because keeping that away from, like you said, it's good on the Cho'Gath, it's good on a lot of players on the side of Faith. That Cloud Soul are still really far behind in that proceedings. However, taking that away from Have Faith will put a damper on them as the Baron buff comes to an end.
Yes.
We're just gonna see what they can bring back from that, because that was huge at the Baron pit.
Yeah, I Am Scruff does have his TP, and he still has his Baron buff, and it's going to be very hard for Shen to clean out Baron minions, I'll tell you that right now. As you can see right now, man's struggling.
Yeah, with the Baron, with the cannon, he's just sitting there, he's like, I got this.
Oh, Rich Bridge.
Dragon coming up in 7 seconds, Cho'Gath ready to join the fray as he's waiting in the bush. Baron buff is gone, so he can't really continue the siege. He should be starting to join the fight relatively soon. However, he's got to be careful to Shen Taunty, because that will... I don't know if that keeps him from his TP going off, but Hecarim bringing the rest of the crew in. TP finally coming through for Cho'Gath, so does Shen. Chiefs does manage to secure the dragon, keeps them off the soul, but Seraphine ulti going through all the members will keep them stationary for a very long time. Oblivion Esports Gold just sweep up the map without the soul. They don't need it. They can just destroy the members of Have Faith, and now they are looking to take a push of their own.
Yeah, that was a fantastic engage from the side of No Excuse, and Eltub with a fantastic encore to follow it up. He gets the Onslaught of Shadows off right into the middle of the fray, gets a fantastic Fear off, immediately compounded with the State United, and the taunt of the Shen is going to meet the encore, just land directly onto the 4 people. The ultimate of Jinx goes absolutely massive. She's able to free hit the entire time with the buff of this Jinx, or of this Lulu. So, and it's just going to be tower after tower falling from the side of the Oblivion Esports Gold. They are going to be able to get a massive lead off that Dragonflight.
The huge Baron fight from Have Faith is null and void now, okay? Because now the base is open, you've lost an inhibitor. Oblivion Esports Gold just took your gold that you took from them, and they're like, okay, it's mine again. I'm glad you guys held on to this for me. Thanks for the gold back plus interest. And now they're sitting at 3k gold lead again.
Yes, it is going to be a good gold lead from the side of Esports Gold, as they are going to be in the driver's seat now. It is 13-3. Gold is still super pretty decent close considering, and it is going to be how well can they close this out. It is going to be another dragon up in 3 minutes, but Baron is up in 50 seconds. Unless I Am Scruff can get another godlike seal to save the game again, we'll see what's going to happen this time with the Baron.
His ult's already on a pretty decently small cooldown, so he's it should be up by the time Baron comes around. It'll definitely be up by the time Baron comes around, but it depends on when the Baron fight will start. TP TP is currently gone, so if that does come to head, he must be nearby. Well, Shen still has his ultimate and his TP, plus the Seraphine TP. Be able to respond quicker.
Oh,
Oh, he almost stepped a little too far there.
the devastating charge does not go off. I thought it was going to go a little bit more aggressively than I would have liked. It's going to be... That is it. One tanky Cho'Gath. That's for damn sure.
But Jinx stepping a little bit too far up, but it's going to be just fine for now. Hecarim waiting in the wings, though, is going to ult right in to start up the fight. TP plus ulti is going to start up from both sides. One is already down. Jinx has already secured a kill. It's now 5v4. Now Gelia joins the fray from behind, but your team is falling left and right. Does get taken down. However, Jinx is still alive in the back. Isn't going to be able to get up there just yet. Hecarim trying to jump right in. Does sweep right through. And now Jinx is in the base. Cho'Gath, you might be tanky, but you ain't that tanky enough. And will fall, and they are in the base. This might be the game as they have the Super Minion wave. And Oblivion Esports Gold have done it. Taking Game 3, taking the semifinals, and we will be seeing them in the Duo Esports GPCS Finals.
It was damn close. R.I.P. my pick'ems, and I believe 5 other people's. It's going to be an absolute tragedy for me, but congratulations to the side of Oblivion Esports Gold. Fantastic win from them. It is going to be good on them. No excuse with, it's honestly the greatest backpack I've ever seen. I want to know what maker bought that. It's probably a JanSport or like a Hello Kitty backpack, because damn, that guy put them right into his backpack and just brought them all the way to that finish line. I mean, it wasn't super bad this game. This game they ended up doing quite well, but first game was existed.
Oh yeah, no excuse. Carries the first game, carries the third game. This time he's got 4 legs, which means place the support under him as he can carry his team to victory right here. Jinx with a very nice assist right there, 4-1. Oblivion Esports Gold have managed to kick out Have Faith, and they will be sent home. Figuratively speaking.
It is going to be Have Faith. With the loss, it is going to be a tragedy there for them, but congratulations. This was a fantastic semifinals to cast. Now, potentially, we could do an interview if you have the time for it, Celestial Falcon.
Definitely do. Let's bring in No Excuse.
Ooh, you want to talk to No Excuse? If they're around, we'll see. Well, no, I think they all
Well,
left.
I mean, the man really did work, so I feel like he's definitely the one to have.
Yeah, No Ex. Gucci for an interview? I don't think they're ready for an interview. I think they all just abandoned. Oh, maybe. Oh, I think El Topo and No Excuse are ready. You know what?
Very nice, very nice.
All right, we will bring them in, and I'm bringing both of them because you know what? We're here. We got this. It's fine. We'll bring them both in. It'll be fun. Hello, No Excuse, and hello, El Topo. How you doing today?
Bro, I'm doing pretty fucking good.
That's good.
Pretty good.
That's good. My pick'ems are destroyed, and I'm sad about it. But congratulations to you two. So that's for damn sure. My profit roll, I don't need it. It's fine. I got everything else right. But that's okay. With that in mind, though, honestly, well played from you guys. Things a little bit slow. I was kind of expecting a quick, more action-packed game, but Rich wasn't really going for any sort of early aggression, and No Excuse. He's just kind of beating up top lane on repeat. So it's kind of what I got out of it. But how did you guys feel about it?
Made smart plays, fought around objectives. It's just the B1 Seraphine hack.
True.
Honestly, I just think that like we played better in cohesive team fight. Like we had certain picks in mind, certain objectives going into every single fight. Like we set up before every fight. We have a target in mind, and I'm not doing anything special. I'm just the one executing on whatever the team ultimately decides on what to do. So if our ADC says charge at their ADC, that's what I'm doing. And I think that's what gives us the edge. Like we have everyone like contributing in our comms. Like it's no one person acting up in the comms. Everyone is saying like what's up, and we're all crackheads, so it like works out.
You gotta love to have a good crackhead coming right from the gas station, calling the random woman beautiful, and then running it down. So, all right, I got one question for you, No Excuse. Why the tank Nocturne?
Oh, the tank Nocturne. Okay, so well, you
talk about
see
the game we lost.
that tank Nocturne build is honestly kind of OP, but not into Kog'Maw. So that's it's not that was in the play. Yeah, it
That's
was kind
fair.
of messed up.
I mean, you did end up you R2'd it, right? And then they responded with Cog Lulu.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I wanted
tragic.
to bring a banger set, so I had to throw that game.
That's
Obviously, that's
Oh,
definitely
fair,
what
fair
it
enough. Fair enough.
fair. Gotta get it to game 3.
He was doing it for the audience.
was for the millions at home.
If he was doing it for the audience, I would have expected a bit more aggression, personally, because it's got lots of things led to being around objectives, and it was just like nobody trying to fight or do anything stupid. And I was like, this is exciting for watching people farm. Nobody in the lanes was even fighting. It was kind of wild. I mean, that was to be expected, except for like mid lane. It was. Mid lane you didn't really expect it because what was it? You were seraphing 2 games. And it's just like I'm just farming, man. I'm just vibing. And game 2, you got counterpicked anyways from the Echo into the Irelia matchup, and you're like, I don't want to walk into this guy.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised. Like they left off Viego. It's like my best champ. So I don't know.
You think you're gonna get it again?
I'm surprised.
I hope so. But now that I said it, probably not. So,
I
like,
don't think you're gonna get it again, man. I mean, I'm no doctor. What was it, 18-5?
What I saw.
oh, something like that.
I was surprised the first game they didn't abuse me more mid with the Azir and Lee Sin. Like, come on.
Honestly, I do want to give a
I'm
shout out
mad.
to Collateral though. Like he was pretty like fun to like chat with like throughout the season. Like he played his heart out that series.
Yeah, I
it's
saw
just
definitely
unfortunate
the
he had
first game. Yeah.
It's just unfortunate he had to go to us. Like I think we're the team that keeps beating his like sprees. Like he had a challenge that he wanted to go 7-0, and I think he almost did it if we didn't beat him. And now we ended his dreams here. But you know, it was great playing against Have Fait. Like they really improved a lot.
Oh
and
yeah,
they should really be proud of
for
that.
sure.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. They looked pretty good, and it was a little scary when Cho'Gath stole that barrier, and I was like, oh man.
Oh yeah.
Whoops.
That one fight brought the whole game back to even. Then right after that, you guys are just like, we're ready for another team fight.
I mean, they had Jinx, Lulu, Seraphine. I mean, let's be honest. What are you gonna do about it? If you don't kill the Jinx, it's gonna be a tragedy. So, you guys get to play Pawn Sacrifice Purple next weekend. I'm sure you guys are very excited for that game. Any words? I know El Topo said that he thinks Omar is okay, kind of. So, anything ready or exciting to say to Pawn Sacrifice Purple for the game?
Honestly,
I'm
I'm excited.
lose.
I'm excited. I think with our with the strat that we have in mind for Pawn Sacrifice that we didn't pull out actually this game. We were gonna do it game 3, but we knew we were gonna win it. Like the strat that we have against them, like I don't think they'll be ready for it. I'm gonna be honest.
Finals is best of 5 here, Coach. Yes, it is for your Coach CK. It is finals. It's going to be a best of 5. So scheduling it will be a little bit more difficult, obviously, because it's going to be a 5-game series potentially. However, no, esports never had a more than a 3-game finals. They've only ever been.
I think finals will be a 3-0.
Really?
I'll just leave it at that.
Ooh.
I'll just leave it at that.
Damn, man's wild. I mean, we've never not had a 3L finals, and honestly, a best of 5 is pretty hard to have the 3-2 or a 3-1 just in general. It's kind of hard to get that comeback mentality for a lot of the players that are, gold plat. Anyways, so with that,
Just got one question for PSP. Can you guys find a mid and keep a mid?
What do you mean? They've had Glance all season.
Man, he hasn't been playing.
You're right, but he's been on the roster.
He's not starting. Who cares? I thought it was Totemax that was the sub in.
No, gonna get Glance, man. Glance, man. It's gonna be fantastic. Listen here, buddy. I'm sure it'll be a fantastic series. I'm excited for that best of 5. I am super excited for it. Now, with that in mind, any sort of final notes or words from, say, Celestial Falcon or the two of you before we cut it off and we get ready for next week's finals?
I do want to shout out CK. He had an insane strategy for the last draft, and I don't know, he really kept us in line because that game 2 loss was just kind of unfortunate. without his mental assistance, we might not have been able to pull through for game 3. But just want to give him a shout out.
Hell yeah, good stuff, good stuff. Now, with that in mind, I wish you all a great evening. It has been a fantastic Monday. We do have our finals next weekend. I believe our Monday finals is going to be Event Horizon versus Varsity Club. Now it is going to be whenever you guys can get your game scheduled, hopefully anywhere between Friday and Sunday. That would be fantastic. I believe Friday and Saturday are some of the only times that Sheer can play. So we'll figure it out. But I am very excited to see you guys play that game as well. We will see it then. And honestly, y'all have a great night.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, good night. Thank you.